deal? What is poppin', man? We back. We are back. Been on a little hiatus, but we back. Would have been like 4 days. Been something like 4 days. Y'all let me know if the stream coming through clearly, man. We got a storm out this way. There's always something crazy with the weather around this way, so I'm hoping the power don't go out while we streaming. But we got a storm around this way. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta go through it to get to it. You understand me? Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all pull up. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. Got a new membership episode dropping soon. I'm thinking about, going ahead and just doing the story time. I know a few people been asking for us. I'm thinking about dropping the story time in the membership. So make sure y'all go ahead and check that out. Join if you haven't already. So hopefully tonight we get a good game, man. Hopefully tonight we get a good game. We got the word. Dejounte Murray's out. You know what I'm saying? Dejounte Murray's out. Clay, if I'm not mistaken, is out or doubtful. And hold up, what's going on here? See, we having some technical difficulties already. We having some technical difficulties. Can y'all see and hear me clear? What up with you, Lee? What up, Louisiana Gal? What up, Jaden? Can y'all see me and hear me clearly? I'm having some technical difficulties on my end, man. I don't know what's going on with this weather. It's crazy out here. I know that storm's supposed to be passing through like the Midwest. It's hitting the East Coast crazy. It's like just when we thought we were safe. Just when we thought we'd be safe. So I'm coming through clear. Pause. All right. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. The second screen, my second screen over here is in chaos. But we're going to push through and make it happen, man. We're going to push through and make it happen like we do. So what have y'all thought about Dejounte's play as of late? Put together some really good games back to back, especially against Houston. Crazy how that game ended. I don't know what the plan was. Well, speaking of Houston, shout out to P Fowler. What up, P Fowler? How you doing, sister? How you doing? Crazy how that game ended. Pardon me. Crazy how that game ended. The Pelicans should have won, in my opinion, but it is what it is. We know how this go. What do y'all think of King Ramsey? What's happening, homie? What y'all think of Dejounte's play as of late? Personally, the last game, I would say the last game and a half, I think he's been exemplary. I think he's doing a lot to help his draft stock going into this offseason as much as he can. There's only so much he can really do. Whoa, what's happening with your most hated? What's happening with your fam? Louisiana Gal said last 2 games were good, but he's been going ISO way too much, and for the most part, it looks like he did last year. I agree. I think defensively he looks better. To me, he just looked like a more efficient version of himself from last year. Let's check out a couple of his numbers just on the season. I wish I could have, we could do the last couple of games maybe if I go down. Let's see. No, it's not going to show me the last couple. All right, just based on the season right now, he's averaging close to 20 points, 19.8. Shooting 54% from the field. That's pretty good. 35% from the honor arc. That's really good for him. On nearly 5 attempts, it's 4 attempts, but averaging close to 20 points on 13 shots a game. 13 shots a game is pretty good. Almost 5 free throws. With his situation with the first step being what it is, that's really good for him. That would be a career high for him. Total rebounds 5 assists, 1 steal, 3. Now the turnovers just look crazy. And when you talk about him looking the same as last year, that's really what stands out. The almost 4 turnovers a game is crazy for your lead guard. Cam, what's happening with your Bree? What's happening? What's happening, Bree? Lee say besides the turnovers, he's been good. P. Fowler said I think he's doing okay. Good to help his own stock, but going good. Yeah, my position, shout out to everybody in the building. My position on the whole thing is it's an unfortunate situation because you have to grade it based on it matters, but it only really matters from a trade standpoint because everyone has made their intentions pretty clear. So you have to evaluate it from how is this going to help us trade him? And that's the unfortunate part, right? Shout out to Ryan Shields. What's happening? He said it is obvious that this is an entirely different team with a point guard. 504, what's happening with your homie? You know what's wild too, Ryan? I don't even think you need an elite guard. I think you just needed a professional guard that's competent defensively, more often than not knows how to put people in the right spot. But I also think that Dejounte's defense and his ability to get deflections has paid off drastically at that position. We still bad at the point of attack though. On the perimeter, we getting killed. They get into the cup at will. We already know about Herb's struggles. Speaking of last game, I don't know what happened last game at the last play. For me, it did look like Herb got fouled, but I think Herb tried to flop a little bit to sell the foul. The timing was off with Zion. It just didn't make no sense. I didn't like the play, period. It was about, 7 to 8 seconds left. You got Zion inbounding the ball to Herb without what I imagined they was going to do, and it probably was going to piss all of us off. A fake dribble handoff to Zion. Herb bends the corner and attacks the rim. They think they're going to catch Houston asleep for a 2-point bucket. And it's like, maybe. I don't know. Trey, what's happening with your homie? Bree said, I can't take Dejounte seriously. 3/4 of the season is over and everyone is resting. Now, that's another position as well that I've considered. Another point, rather, I've considered. Because it's like, well, you got fresh legs. Everybody else got tired legs. So, of course, you look a little bit better. Nobody else really can no more. Like, that's one thing to consider as well. Now, GSP said it don't make no sense putting Zion on these thumbnails anymore, man. Is he even still the face of the franchise? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's some things he can do to help himself in certain situations, but ultimately, I do think with the Pelicans, they just play way too much ISO ball, and it's ridiculous at this point, just collectively. 504 say Dejounte has changed our confidence. He'll be missed tonight. Thanks. I mean, they won 4-5 games in a row without him. 504. That is something that they've done. They've won back-to-back games without him. Earlier this season. So I don't know how much he really changed the confidence. Maybe they talk more shit, but it's like the season is over. You know what I'm saying? So with them being a little bit more demonstrative and having a little bit more attitude, I guess it's good in theory. But y'all had that same attitude to end the season last season. Remember last season, Zion was playing great. Trey was playing well before he got hurt. These dudes out here, they balling, they beating the Timberwolves. Like, they had some impressive victories. But it's like, at the same time, the season over. Where was this when we needed this? You know what I'm saying? Fist of Black Star said we needed a bucket. Why is Herb in the game at all? I didn't really understand that either, personally. But, I mean, Bryce is hurt. They're not going to play Jordan Poole. Their options probably was limited in that scenario. You say, 504 said that was a bad pass. I didn't see any screens or inbound play being ran. I just didn't understand the goal of it, personally. I didn't understand the goal of it. I feel like I know what would have happened if Herb had caught the ball. I feel like I could just see the play. But I'm like, if that was the goal, you was better off just inbounding it to Zion or inbounding it to Dejounte. If you felt like Dejounte had the hot hand, you was probably better off just doing that. You know what I'm saying? If you felt that way. Let's see here. Bro, we went from, I'm not saying we as in the organization, because the organization kind of been like this for a while, but just from the way the team is covered, we went from the moral victories are not enough, we need to win games philosophy to the give them credit moral victory philosophy. Like, yeah, the Pelicans are losing, but look how they're trending offensively. Look at the last few games. They've been top 25 in the league. It's like, all right, like what the fuck? They losing. Like, who cares? It's ridiculous. Don Guillory said, Joe Dumars is here for one person, Zion. I don't think so. Fist of Black Star said put Carlo in. Yeah, Carlo could stretch the court in that scenario, I would imagine. At least you'll have an outlet if you do run into trouble and have to kick out. Trey said Borrego not challenging is pitiful. I think you mean with the Dejounte call, right? Yeah, I saw a lot of people upset about that. Yeah, I am curious why he didn't challenge. Borrego, he takes a lot of challenges home with him, putting bitches in the freezer, to be honest. But I am curious why he didn't challenge in that scenario, especially that being like a game-changing call. The referees made some wild-ass calls. They really did. Louisiana Gal said Pelicans numbers are better because they played a lot of tanking teams. Exactly. Like that. Well, what up with you, Jay Burke? That's the thing that blows my mind. It was like, bro, And look, I'm not trying to disparage the players or nothing. Do your thing, whatever. I want you to win. But at the same time, we played the Jazz twice, right? Played another tanking team prior to that. I mean, after that, it's just like you're not playing like the creme de la creme. You fought Houston to a close win. I give you that. If I'm not mistaken, you lost against the Suns without Dylan Brooks. I mean, who? You know what I'm saying? They did have a good victory though. They did have one good victory. I give them that. But I mean, all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. It is what it is. I think a lot of it is, I don't know. Maybe people just wanna have hope going into next season, but it's ridiculous. Lala, what's happening with you? He said like you have a challenge left. Let's effing use it. Yeah. I didn't understand what happened right there in that situation. Typically, you'll see like Casey Hill or somebody run up the court and be like, yo, we got a timeout or we got a challenge, but I don't know what the fuck happened there. The referees was being weird, though. I ain't gonna lie. Dexter said the refs were gambling. Let's be honest. They stole the game from the Pelicans. And one can say that. One can say that the refs were pretty terrible. See, that's that Willie shit not challenging. Yeah. Or he'll challenge the wrong thing. He used to challenge in the first quarter. The fucking score would be 2-4. He'll use to challenge in the first quarter on an offensive foul for a player that has one foul. Like, what's the point of doing that? Like, come on, man. I said game shouldn't have been that close. JB keeps down on the bench too long, losing leads and momentum. Yeah, my thing is, look, he's on a minutes restriction or he's not. And if he's not on the minutes restriction, you need to find a way to correct your rotations, because these status quo ass rotations are not the way to go. Truthfully, they're not the way to go. It looked like Peavy might get some minutes tonight. I only say that because Peavy was in a different warm-up than I'm used to seeing him in. So he might get some minutes tonight, what would be interesting. I wonder if Jordan Poole might never play again this season. That's crazy. That is crazy. If Jordan Poole never play again this season, that would be insane. Say, Don Guillory say Joe is evaluating Herb. Whoa, what's happening with your Slim South? Joe is evaluating Herb, Trey, and everybody not named Fairzion and Queen. Man. He needs to be evaluating Queen, too. There's only so much he can do, but he probably needs to be evaluating Queen. E-Dog say, yo, Chaz, what you think? Why you think they decided to punt on the coaching this year? Gal's relationship with Willie? Yeah, absolutely, E-Dog. I think that being the main key. They didn't have a lot of time for a coaching search either. Because if Willie got fired in the offseason, they still was going to hire Borrego. So it kind of like, you kind of killed two birds with one stone, in my opinion. If he got fired this offseason, Borrego still was going to be the coach. Because they didn't have enough time to really do an extensive coaching search. Yeah, mainly relationships from what I heard. And look, bro, the thing with Willie Green is like, a lot of people like Willie Green. Willie Green didn't start getting bad like press necessarily or souring relationships with people until he started being an asshole like with people. Like he started, everybody liked Willie Green when they was in the building. I'll say that. When they was in the building, everybody liked Willie Green. When they got out the building, that's when people stopped liking Willie Green. And that's when, the politics started really being at play. Same thing with Borrego, in my opinion. I think Borrego just got good relationships with people and he's not evaluated fairly as compared to Willie Green. Let's see. My bad. Say JB gambling in these games. I'm convinced. Sometimes he coaches like it. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes, good shit, Eve. Good shit. Good verticality right there, Eve. Boy, what the hell? All right. That's 2 alleys we just tried to throw. We 0 for 2 with the alleys in the first 2 minutes of the quarter. This is stupid. This is stupid. Jesus Christ. Say Herb and Messi for where? A first and filler. Who says no? Miami. A first and Herb? A first and where for Herb and Messi? See, to me, it would depend on, well, let me not say Miami. I would say no if I'm Miami, but I watch Herb Jones every game, so that's probably why I would say it, right? But, I don't know, man. I don't know. They would have to really feel like, yo, Bam is ready. Bam is ready to take the next step. We're going to go ahead and and crown Bam the number one on the team. We're gonna build around Bam. Go get us Herb Jones. I would be shocked if they did that, but it wouldn't. Man, I would love it. I would do that deal in a minute if I'm New Orleans. You understand? I'm doing that in a minute, in a heartbeat. I really like Khalil Ware, and I think he got tremendous upside. Fist of Blackstar say 83 points ain't ready. Nah. Former what's my homie name? Former gotta be aggressive if you sign. Good shit. Former Joe Dumars signee, Charlie Villanueva, he dropped 50 in a game. I think Bam next game he scored like what 20. Bam wasn't even averaging 20 points on the season, if I'm not mistaken, prior to that game. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been like 20.1 or some shit like that, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. Let me see. Say Herb on the board early. Yeah, that was a nice drive by Herb. I didn't like that alley. I didn't like Zion alley neither, to be honest. These dudes look like they just playing and ready to get to the end of the season. Let me see. Jordan Poole's done for the year. He's too much of a liability on the court. Well, I disagree with the liability part because there's a lot of players on this team that Jordan Poole's still better than, truthfully. And I just think the way he's coached and the way he's been ostracized publicly, I think it's greatly unfair because he don't get the same level of scrutiny. I'm sorry, he gets way more scrutiny than some other guys. I guess the statement would have still been true that he don't get the same level of scrutiny because Herb Jones could just do whatever the fuck he want and nobody gonna criticize him. Or even like with Jose, for example. Jose barely even playing in New York, and when he does play, I think Jose might be averaging like. Jose had that one scoring outburst, but Jose might be averaging like 5 points for New York when he plays. Like, so, I mean, and people will tell you that Jose is a winning player. You know what I'm saying? Oh, see, I want Zion to dunk that shit, bruh. I want Zion to dunk that shit. Yeah, on the real, the whole team is a liability scope. Louisiana gal say, you can't call Poole a liability when Herb plays 30 minutes a game. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I can't call Poole a liability when Herb is averaging 9, 3, and 4. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a Poole apologist. I just like to be objective about everybody and kind of just call a spade with shit. Because to me, if everybody was getting criticized, I'm with it. Oh, great ball movement. That was great ball movement right there. Great fucking ball movement right there. If everybody was getting criticized, I'm with it. But I don't like, the picking and choosing. I don't like the picking and choosing, to be fair. But I will also say that Poole did not live up to his contract and to his end of the bargain this season. That goes without, that's without a doubt. It's just, some of it was coaching, some of it was injury, some of it was him. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to, Zion. See, that was lazy. That was a lazy ass layup right there by Zion. That was lazy. That was a lazy layup right there by Zion. That was lazy, and it led to what was that, a 5-point swing? But that was lazy. Say how many? I'm sorry. I ain't like that trade. Good hustle by Eve fucking Messi though. Good hustle by Eve. Sadiq, pass the ball, Sadiq. What the fuck? Good pass. Box out. Okay. Fist say Herb is like third on the team in plus minus. Yeah, they probably should do away with the plus minus and the net rating to a degree. I think that's starting to be like an antiquated stat. And I say that because like so much of that is lineup dependent to where like they had one game, what was it, like 2 games ago? Derek Queen played, and Derek Queen was like a plus 22 in his time on the court. And it was like, nowhere in the world you watching this game and you saying Derek Queen is no motherfucker plus 22. Ain't no way in the world you saw this game. Like, so it's a bizarre statistic at this point. Jay Berg said one of the rare times I'm ahead of the broadcast. Yeah. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and switch. Let me switch. Cause I be liking to hear what the other teams be saying about the Pelicans just to get other perspective. But man, shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all take time to hit that like button, man. hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live. If you missed it earlier, I'm thinking about doing a story time for the members show, man. I dropped, y'all saw the last story time I dropped for the members. I know y'all saw that, but I'm thinking about doing another one this upcoming Friday. Well, I'll probably film it before then and drop it Friday, but I'm thinking about doing another one. Or, man, I'll say y'all can let me know for the members in here. Y'all let me know if y'all want to go live, and then we'll talk about it on the live, or do y'all want me to just record it and upload? Y'all let me know. But yeah, I felt like that was 2 layups in my opinion. That Zion kind of like he attacked the rim like he was playing with kids. He just like laid it up lazily. I'm like, no, man, go up aggressively, make sure that motherfucker land, because that miss led to a 3-point shot by PJ Washington. That's PJ Washington's second 3. PJ Washington got 9 fucking points already. You gotta attack strong. Say we saw the rookies for too long, and Borrego offensive got no hierarchy. Yeah, the offense, it's especially starting games. Oh my God, it don't make no sense. Starting games is crazy. Yeah, like, man, dunk that shit, man. I see he got a wrap on his what looks like his left hand, so I'm not sure if he nursing some kind of injury with his thumb. But man, dunk that shit. Yeah, we started these rookies for too long. We started them for too long. It had become painfully obvious that they shouldn't be starting for quite a while. Like, quite a while. It didn't take Dejounte coming back to let me know that Fear shouldn't be starting. It didn't take, I don't know, I guess if you want to say Eve was injured. It didn't take Eve being injured to, coming back from injury to let me know that Derek Queen shouldn't be starting, especially not at the 5. Now, look, Marvin Bagley is in this game. I want y'all to keep an eye on Marvin Bagley this game, right? And I only say that. I know some people don't like Marvin Bagley. They kind of view him as a joke. But I say that because Troy Weaver targeted Marvin Bagley in Detroit. And he brought Marvin back. If I'm not mistaken, he brought Marvin Bagley in. See, now that was good way to attack the rim strong. He brought Marvin Bagley into Washington, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm sure with the center rotation, the center free agents, the front court free agents being kind of limited this offseason and the money being funny, the Pelicans might be interested in bringing Marvin Bagley in. Marvin Bagley is having a quality season so far this season. Oh, come on, y'all. Same team. All right, look. Sadiq, you got to look for Zion right here. Zion or Trey. My fucking... Oh, what is it, bro? Every time I try to watch the other team fucking stream, the stream closed. Yeah, Precious Achiuwa might have played himself into a good contract. I ain't gonna lie. He might have played himself into a good contract. Way to go, Sadiq Bey. No, Sadiq Bey, one of the worst players in transition I ever seen. He really is. Sadiq Bey, decision making in transition is god awful for a vet. Like, come on, man. Oh, good pass. Good pass back. Oh, he lost the ball. Ah! Oh! God damn it. Look at this, bro. Look at this, bro. We got Cooper Flagg out here. Just looking like motherfucking Larry Bird yamming on motherfuckers. Whoa, what's happening with Janola Ant? Is Flagg better than Zion? Nah, I don't think he's better. I think he's more skilled than Zion, though, because Flagg he been working on that jumper. He's a rookie. I think he can run the point. Zion can run the point, too, but Zion, the threat of shooting just ain't there for Zion. But I think Flagg is more skilled. It's tough to say him as a rookie, though, because I highly doubt this will happen. But if Flagg turned into motherfucking Michael Carter Williams, you would be like, oh, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? Damn, they hitting a lot of threes, y'all. Look, that's the second time out already. What? Oh, my God, Fears. What the fuck was that? Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God. Fears. Oh, my God. Fears. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God, Fears. What the fuck was that, bro? What the fuck was that? That was the... Oh, my God. Son, what the fuck was that? Oh my God. Breeze says Sadiq Bey insanity run is over and nobody noticing. Yeah, he been putting up some stankers recently. He put up a couple stankers recently. For real. He put up a couple stankers recently. Like, seriously. Bruce say, does the team just turn the ball over on purpose? Yes, that incompetent. Well, they look they look kind of half dead out there, to be honest. They look like they walking. You know what I'm saying? They look kind of slow. Even Zion got 9 points, but Zion don't look like he's at 100% pace. He look like he kind of like, They're like they sleepwalking. That's the thing with them. I'm tired of these slow ass starts. I'm tired of these slow ass starts where guys feel like, you know, they can just roll the ball out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Mavericks got a lot of talented players. You got Flagg, you got Najee, you got Bagley, you got Gafford, you got PJ Washington, you got Christie. Lively not even playing. You know what I'm saying? And the wild part is, I don't know if the Pelicans look much better than they look right now with Dejounte. I just think they've looked slow like this star games all season. Let me see. Zion got to warm up to the game. Yeah, I mean, right now, for me, looking at the box score, it looked like nobody else really ain't doing shit, to be honest. Saddiq Bey 0 for 2 with a turnover. Eve 0 for 0. Trey 1 for 2. Fierce 0-0. Herb 1 for 2. Whoa, what up with your D-Way? Yeah, it looked like the other players really just haven't gotten going right now. Whereas if you look at the box score for Dallas, they have like 4 or 5 people who scored already, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Dallas got they about to have 2 starters in double digits. Like the Pelicans just ain't really. Zion, the only starter right now for the Pelicans with more than 2 points. So if they need to figure it out. Trey got to wake up and get going. D say Zion wearing a politics shirt to the game. That no one looks like they can score except Zion. That's how I look right now. I'm like, I appreciate y'all, you know, I guess feeding the beast, but at the same time, it's like if y'all get opportunities to hit these wide open threes, y'all got to take advantage. That's a nice shot right there by Saddiq Bey. Y'all got to take advantage, man. Especially like Herb missed a 3. I think Trey missed a 3. Eve Messi, that's not really his game. Then you had Fierce come in with a bonehead turnover. These turnovers been bad too. I think they have like 3 turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. Zion had 1 on the alley. Herb had a bad alley. And then Zion had a bad alley. It's like, stop throwing that motherfucking alley. Michael Morgan, what's happening, bro? I appreciate you, dog, with the 2-piece. He said Pelicans didn't even practice 2 days off. The Pelicans one of them teams, bro, that's like days off are bad for them. Days off are bad for them. And that's why I like the narrative with Borrego that, well, you know, he hasn't had time to practice with his guys yet. You know, they're gonna have some more practice time. It's like, to what end? To what end? When they do practice, they look weird. They look like they lose all momentum or rhythm that they probably had. This offseason gonna be fire. I can't wait for these Herb and Trey tears fuck out of here. I highly doubt they trading Trey, but I would certainly welcome a Herb trade. I wouldn't really need much in the trade for Herb, to be honest. I just hope they. Oh damn, they got Middleton. You can. Oh, wake up. All right, Saddiq, look at Trey. Saddiq. Oh my god. Ah! It's oh my god, bro. It's just Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey is one of the worst transition players I've ever seen, bro. That was just some boneheaded shit. Thank God we got bailed out right there by Trey hitting that motherfucking 3. Cause that was a boneheaded ass possession, bro. Who am I protecting in the expansion draft? Good question, Louisiana Gal. Zion, Trey, Saddiq, Fierce. What is that? Zion, Trey, Saddiq, Fierce, Carlo, Bey. That's when it start getting kind of. I might stop right there. I ain't gonna lie. I might stop right there. I might stop right there. See, it would depend though, because it would depend for me because like if I can protect guys from being picked off, what's my consolation? Like I would need some sort of consolation from the standpoint of like I lose my ability to trade those guys. I said Sadiq and Bay. I'm tripping. What the fuck? What'd I say? All right, my bad. Let me start over. Zion, Trey, Fears, Sadiq, Carlo, Eve. I might protect Micah Peavy just because if I have to protect 8, like they say, you got to protect these 8. And I might Queen is a Queen on the fence. I ain't gonna lie. But Gal said I'm leaving. Louisiana Gal said I'm leaving Herb unprotected in hopes that someone takes his contract. Now that's my question. That was my question. Like again, if I'm a team that has limited avenues to build out my roster, what do I get like a compensatory pick or something if y'all do the expansion draft? What I need something in exchange. And know what would be funny? If the expansion draft happened, like, let's say it happened next year, for example, that would be the second, wouldn't that be the second expansion draft that Joe Dumars has been a part of? Because then, ain't that what fucked up the Pistons, the dynasty back in the day? Ain't that what fucked up the Pistons back in the day? Ah, there you go. Big shot by Sadiq right there. That's 7 points in a row for Sadiq. We needed that. We needed that desperately. Yeah, yo, I ain't gonna lie, Don. Queen on the fence, dog. If they ain't draft Queen where they drafted him, oh man, I ain't gonna lie. He wouldn't even be on the fence. He'll be over that motherfucker. He'll be going about his business because I don't know. I don't know. It's just tough. It's tough sometimes. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Say it just free up salary. Whew. Well, that would help the Pelicans in future years. Because if you're the Pelicans with certain guys, you got to think about, all right, so let's say, hypothetically, let's say you extended Sadiq Bey. He going to be getting at least Herb Jones money. So you gotta find a way to free up some of that money off the books. Let's say, I'm trying to think about some guys who it would be smart to leave them unprotected. I think Herb Jones would be wise to leave him unprotected. It would be wise. Just based on that point you said, Louisiana Gav, I want to free up some salary. Oh, they disrespecting Poole. They disrespecting that Poole. Look at JP. Oh shit, JP in the building. Oh, look. Now why Jordan gonna miss his first shot? They gonna take him out the game. They got JP in the building. Look, that's how you know Jordan Poole a professional. Jordan Poole a professional. Cause I'd have told him, eat a dick. Nigga, I got my $30 million. I ain't playing nothing. I ain't playing no motherfucking basketball. Damn, Carlo picked up 2 fouls early. I told Borrego, look, I got my 30+ million. Go eat a dick. If y'all want to trade me, get it in blood, motherfucker. I ain't playing. Ouch. My back hurts. Ouch. That's how I'd have played it if I was Jordan Poole. He got more integrity than me. I'd have went out like a animal. But shout out to the Pelicans showing some life. Shout out to Sadiq Bey waking up, having a big game. So far. Oh, Lord. Yo, they just took Sadiq Bey out the game and put Herb in. They just took Sadiq Bey out the game and put Herb in. Mind you, Trey Murphy is also out the game. So now they're like, Jordan Poole, we need you to carry the offense for us while Sadiq Bey, Trey, and Zion out. You got it, right, Poole? like nigga, I ain't played in how long? What the fuck? Big bucket right there about Fizz. The Pelicans got to keep the offense going, man. Fizz was looking for an and one right there. He ain't get it. Pelicans got to keep the offense going. Yeah, Carlo got 2 fouls and 2 rebounds in about 2.5 minutes. I guess, Carlo. I mean, this ain't the cleanest game for you. Look at Middleton. Ball stopping Middleton. Oh, that motherfucker was halfway down. The Pelicans got lucky right there. Say some guy. Yeah, these rotations are kind of crazy. Boy. See, with Derek got the foul right there. Derek got to relax with the flinging his head back, because even with that foul, I know you're flopping to force them to get, make the call. But at the same time, if they don't make the call, you need to be aware enough that way you can go potentially grab the 50-50 ball. I think he oversells. And I think with him overselling, the referees don't always reward him. Because, you got to build a reputation with that shit. D-Wade's a free-for-all offense. Whoever get the ball going ISO. Yeah, 2 possessions in a row. That's what happened. So, yep, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Get it how you live offense. You know what I'm saying? You want to be on Sports Center? Would I trade Queen for Zach Edey? If you could tell me Zach Edey was going to be healthy, yeah, I would. Like if Zach Edey was going to be healthy, I'm doing that. Because people was saying Zach Edey wouldn't even be able to fucking move in the NBA. And he certainly quieted them doubters. I thought Klingon was going to be a person who get killed in the pick and roll, but Klingon's been pretty good as well. So I wish there was a way for Poole to get to Detroit. He's exactly what they need. Hey, those relationships are there. As far, well, oh, Poole. Woo. See, look, no rhythm. He got back on defense though. I give him that, but no rhythm. You come out there and shoot that shit, and that's what. Look, people gonna use that as justification. Like, look at him. See, look at him. This guy. No, the Pelicans are making one fucking pass. The Pelicans making one pass. That was a good block right there by Jordan Poole. Pelicans making one pass and just launching the fucking basketball. So I wish there was a way for Poole to get to Detroit. He's exactly what they need. I don't really know. The tough thing with Detroit is I'm not sure what Tobias Harris's contract is like right now. He could be expiring, but they never were able to move that Tobias Harris contract. And that contract, you know, it was that's the lady. She used to work for the Pelicans, and now she the head athletic trainer, if I'm not mistaken, with Dallas. They used to have a problem with her. Like, as far as like behind the scenes, they felt some kind of way about her with certain shit. But I always thought she was a cool trainer. But with Tobias Harris's contract, I wonder what salary Detroit is gonna really have to get better. Cause you got Cade, big money. Duran, big money. Beef still gonna want big money. They gonna find themselves in a weird spot. Nice driving kick. Carlo, can you take advantage? Ah! What was that? Oh, Harris expiring? Yep. So see, and I don't know what he gonna get another contract from. So what was that? Oh my God, that's a bullshit ass call, man. Look, I was joking about that myself, Louisiana gal. I was like, damn, now she the head trainer over there, and they caught the curse. Now all them motherfuckers injured. Let me see. I think she's still real tight with T-Spoon now. I'm surprised T-Spoon didn't join that staff in Dallas. That's nice. That's solid defense right there about Carlos. Carlos had solid defense on a couple possessions in a row. Big bucket right there to end the game, DQ. I mean, to end the quarter, DQ. Big bucket to end the quarter right there, DQ. That's like that game winner he hit. So Harris expiring. Yeah, they're going to have a tough time. Well, as them being a good team, they're gonna be able to get some free agents. They gave Duncan Robinson, Malik Beasley's money. We still don't know what's going on with Malik Beasley. He probably going to beat it at this point, though, because they're taking too long to really bring charges. He probably going to beat it. I ain't going to lie. Denzel say, Chaz, you're live. God bless you, brother. Read Hebrews 11:1. I think you'll love it. Praying for you, brother. Thoughts and prayers to you as well, fam. I hope you're doing well, Denzel. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, fam. God bless you as well. But yeah, Malik Beasley, like y'all saw what happened with oh, you said beat the charge. Oh yeah, my bad. Y'all saw what happened with Terry Rozier in the NBA union. They was like, nah, you gotta pay him. He ain't been convicted of nothing. You gotta pay him. He's innocent, pending charges, like official charges. So with Malik Beasley, I don't know what's gonna happen with him. Oh, they'll have LeVert and Duncan Robinson salary to trade. Oh yeah, they did just bring in Cass LeVert, didn't they? I'm trying to think what you'll get. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, if you're the Pelicans, and this is hypothetical, and Detroit came to you and say, look, Duncan Robinson and LeVert for Jordan Poole. I think if you're the Pelicans, you do it, right? I would have to see the years on LeVert's contract, and I ain't too concerned about the years on Duncan Robinson's contract because he's someone you need. His skill set is what you need desperately. But for us, LeVert, I would have to see the years on his contract. That'll be interesting. I think Jordan Poole is scheduled to make $34 million this upcoming offseason. If the Pelicans can create a little bit of salary space, that'd be great as well. That way they get right now. I think by Bryce's contract being guaranteed going into the next season, the Pelicans gonna be around the non-tax. He's expiring next year as well. Next year, Louisiana Gale, next year as in this offseason, or next year as in the following year. Like, is his contract lined up with Jordan Poole? Because that would be all right. That wouldn't be bad at all. That wouldn't be bad at all. I think if they could create a little space away from that first apron, that would help. A little more space from the luxury tax. The good thing right now is that they're not in the tax, but them guaranteeing Bryce's contract going into next year, and I do think Bryce deserves his contract, but them guaranteeing it kind of put you in a funny spot because you can't just waive him like you was able to waive. Thank you, Louisiana Gales lined up with Pools. Okay, you can't just waive Bryce like you was able to waive Antonio Reeves. Plus, you still got Jordan Hawkins on the contract at $7 million. You got an option. That dude look just like DeMar Rosen. You got an option that you can not pick up. You can decline with. I don't know why, bro. I don't know why I thought this lady was about to stand up and flash everybody. I don't know why I thought that lady was about to stand up and flash everybody, bro. My mind is somewhere totally wrong. But anyway, you could not pick up his contract. So Detroit can share a little salary, and the Pels may be able to get a late first round pick. You think they'll get a first round pick for Poole? For would the pick be to take on LeVert's contract, or would the pick be for them to get Poole? Because I'm very interested in what. Oh Lord, what was that? At least he got the rebound and the putback. But what the fuck was that attack? I'm interested in what Poole's salary would be this offseason as a $34 million expiring. Because you can repackage Poole, especially if you got your own first. You can repackage Poole at the deadline and turn Poole into something nice if, a player's value decreases. Kind of like, what's his name? Kind of like what happened with Trae Young. This is an ugly lineup. I do not like this lineup. It might work out, but I do not like this lineup. Oh, great strength. Oh! There you go, Carlo. Nice Kobe assist, Fears. Now, look, Najee is attacking Carlo every time up the court. Najee is like I think he's like 1 for 3 versus Carlo, though. But he attacking Najee attacking Carlo every time. King Sam say, weird that on Fanspo people have been traded for Hawkins. We need a shooter. They say, little do they know. Hey, that's the thing. Sometimes your reputation precedes you. And with Hawkins, you just need his reputation to do all the talking. His play gonna prove everybody wrong. That's why with Hawk, same thing with Herb. I was saying it's like you got to trade motherfucker like that while they still got the reputation of being good or being good at their particular skill set. Because once people get the tape on them, they're gonna be like, oh no, this is a lie. Say the pick is to go on Duncan's deal. I remember Detroit saying, oh damn, bad miss. They need to move him because they have to pay Duran, Thompson, and Stu. Oh, damn, yeah. And then you got to right after that, you got to make a decision on Highland. I think they're going to end up moving Highland, though, personally. But yeah, they're going to have to clear the books at some point because you definitely want to keep that core together. You're not letting Thompson walk unless you trade Thompson for Anthony Edwards, which ain't going to happen. That's a huge shot right there by Fizz. You're not letting Thompson walk. You'll be a fool not to give Duran every penny he wants. And then you got Beef Stew you're going to have to pay, who probably going to command over $20 million a year. There you go. I love that. He was smart. He dunked the ball. That was smart. Dunk the ball. There you go. That was smart. Don't do no dumbass layup. Dunk the ball. That was very smart. That was a big sequence right there for Fizz. Shout out to the vets, man, showing the rookie some love, man. Shout out to the vets showing the rookie some love. You would think he hit a game winner right there. He just had 5 huge points. Though, because it looked like Dallas was about to come back. Damn, he got the same tape on as Zion. Say they're not paying. Diane Gilmer, you don't think they're going to pay Beef Stew? You don't think they're going to pay Beef Stew? I think they're going to pay him that 20 plus because I think they're going to pay him because right now he's graded as one of the top centers, defensive centers in the NBA. And he's their identity. I think if they let Beef Stew walk, that's going to be like letting Dylan Brooks walk for them. Bayou Sniper said, yo, DQ playing so well. Yeah, DQ's having a good game so far, in my opinion. Fist of the Black Star say they just got got traded off reputation. Jose just got traded off reputation. Yeah, basically, and that's his hometown. Denzel said, why do people think us in the East will benefit us? I don't think so, but okay, need the right coach for one, need the vision, like the Saints and Kellen Moore just saying. Yeah, I don't think, well, what up, just tweaking? Yeah, I don't think the Pelicans moving to the East is the move people think it is. Because take this into consideration. Right? This season, let's just say the Pelicans were in the East. Yeah, they would have played the Pacers 4 times. But right now, they've split against the Pacers. They're 500 against the Pacers. They got their dog shit beat out on the second time they played the Pacers. They're 0-2 versus Milwaukee this season without Giannis. You feel me? At best, if everything went right for the Pelicans, they would probably be the Raptors. If everything went right. Because the Raptors been relatively healthy and the East has been relatively injured. That's another thing. The East looks the way it looks now as far as like, it's still super good and super competitive, but take into account people been injured. And like Don said, the Wizards just got better. Detroit gonna stand as good. Cleveland is as good. The Celtics probably gonna get even better next year. Indiana probably gonna be better next year, and they could potentially have a top pick potentially. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand people want to move to the East. I would like it because the games would be earlier, but I think that's the division that strengthened it, and I think the West is probably getting a little weaker. If you look at the teams in the West is getting older. The West is getting older. They losing a lot of the bigs. Yeah, you got Atlanta over there as well, fisting black stuff. Louisiana Gals, their Pels have a losing record against every team in the top 10 in the East outside Toronto. Exactly. Like, I don't know why people. I just think that's an old talking point. I think it's an old talking point because that's something we wanted for so many years. Like, if we was in the East, we'd be number 6 in the East. It's like, well, not no more, motherfucker. That's when Detroit was a laughing stock and Atlanta was a laughing stock. That's before the Wizards picked up some talent. That's before, one thing about the old days, they the old days. He's going with this lineup for too long, son. He is going with this lineup for too long. This is a shaky lineup. He asking a lot with this lineup. He really is. Do the Pelicans have a back-to-back? Are the Pelicans on the front end of a back-to-back? Let me see. You love beef stew in New Orleans? Yeah, the Pelicans, like, even a young DeAndre Jordan. Like, if DeAndre Jordan was, like, 7 years younger, like, someone who can really help instill identity and match it with his play on the court. You feel me? Like, that's what beef stew does. I don't really buy the tough guy shit, but he balls out. King Sam said, would you rather have Nash Reed or beef stew? Man, that's tough. I would rather have Nash Reed. Oh, huge shot right there. Great pass. Huge shot by Fears. Great shot, huge pass by Fears. No, but Clippers home and home. Okay, so they play Clippers there. All right. Nice pass right there. Huge shot by Fears. Somebody got to pay attention to Wendell. I watched it Wendell. Marvin Bagley. I don't know why I get them two names mixed up. No, the Pels don't play again until Wednesday? Okay. So why the fuck they? I guess maybe just riding a hot lineup, pause. Oh, Eve, you gotta make that, Eve. Eve, you gotta make that, Eve. You gotta make that, Eve. You gotta make that. Man, beef stew and Nash Reed for this. See, I couldn't pay Nash if the money was the same. I prefer Nash Reed, probably. But the thing with Nash Reed is I don't feel like Nash Reed is a starter, right? Whereas Beef Stew, I think Beef Stew has proven himself to be a very solid, reliable starter at the 5. And he can stretch the court, give you an offensive punch. I do think Nash Reed's offense is a little overrated. But with the Pelicans need three-point shooting so bad and needed it for so long. It's hard for me to reject it. Even for like a person who can be an identity shifter like Beef Stew, it's just hard for me to reject that three-point shooting. Like it would be hard for me to say nah. That's why I wanted John Collins. Three-point shooting, could defend the rim a little bit. That's really why I wanted him on the team. I think with the toughness aspect, you can find a motherfucker like that. You can second round find a guy, sign a motherfucker off the street to give you that toughness and physicality. I don't think you necessarily have to buy high on that. That was great defense by Fierce. Good game rebounding. Good game rebounding right there. Good game rebounding. That was good defense by Fierce, even though Cooper way taller than him. Oh. See, this is what Poole fucking up at. Poole keeps shooting that three from the same spot on the floor. You keep shooting it from the right side, you're missing. If you Poole, you gotta get downhill or get to the top of the key. That spot for you just not working, brother. It's that spot. That spot just not working. If you Jordan Poole, that spot not working for you, brother. You gotta get from that right wing. Mosley, you think Mosley getting fired, Louisiana Gale? Look, I think it's possible, especially if they lose in the motherfucking I think if they lose in playoffs, he definitely out of here. But didn't Orlando just win like 7 in a row or something like that? I think Orlando just won like 7 in a row or something. That still don't mean they're gonna keep him though. They probably not gonna be fooled by that shit. Samalik said why he doesn't play. Look, that's probably gonna be what people say, like, oh, those shots. I'm like, look, a motherfucker ain't played in about a month. You know what I'm saying? So I understand being rusty and not having a rhythm, but I do think he gotta pick his spots better. He tried to get downhill earlier and he was trying to do the reverse, but he got cut off by Bagley. Say the Pistons about to find out they need more offense. Trajan coming to get Pelicans and Trajan not paying Stu. You know what be interesting is it depends on who the Pistons play. Like if the Pistons play the Cavs or the Boston, I think it's over for the Pistons. I think they ain't gonna have enough offense. But if the Pistons play like Toronto, they're gonna beat the piss out Toronto, I think. Oh, great defense, DQ. Great fucking defense. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's defense. See, that started with defense. That started with Derek's defense. Great eyes right there by Eve Messi, but that started with Derek's defense. That's great defense. Great defense right there by Derek Queen. Great fucking defense. Great pass right there by Poole to lead the break. Great eyes right there and great hands by Eve Messi. If Eve Messi would have fumbled that pass, it would have fucked the whole play up. So great hands also. Louisiana Gals, they're getting killed against Atlanta by 30 and players staring him down. Hey, did y'all see Louisiana Gals? You saw the video on the sideline when the players was dapping up motherfuckers and they wasn't dapping up Mosley. They were like, fuck you, man. Fuck out of here. Like, they do not like that motherfucker at all. They do not like him at all. Like, the scary thing about Mosley is everything you read about him sound like Willie Green almost. You be like, oh, man, this sounds bad. But with a motherfucker like that, you just hope look, Bree say, Lord, pigs are flying. Say Derek's defense started this. Yeah. Look, I don't think I would say that too often. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Knicks, I think Detroit can beat the Knicks. The Knicks soft. That's why I think Detroit can beat them. The Knicks too soft, in my opinion. I watched the Knicks last night versus who they barely fucking beat last night? The Warriors. The Warriors ain't have nobody. And the Warriors played them motherfuckers like that. It came down to the last shot. I think the Knicks gonna get. I think the Knicks will get obliterated in the playoffs against a physical team. Louisiana Gals, I did see that video. Reminds me of the players not liking Stan Van Gundy. Yeah, it looked like a mutiny. I ain't gonna lie. They was not high fiving. Then they had the shit with Mo Wagner. Where Mo Wagner was yelling at the coach like, I'm playing my ass off or something. I don't know the context of the conversation. I don't know if he just didn't want to get subbed out or what. But like when the players start disrespecting you like that, yeah, you done lost the locker room. You done lost something. You done lost the culture. I gotta check out Blueprint say what's Zion and I got money on him. I hope it ain't what's the over? What's the over you took, Blueprint? Or what's the total you took? Because I don't think they're gonna blow Dallas out. He should be subbing in right after this, honestly. Yeah, there you go. He back on the court now. But I think he had 9 points, if I'm not mistaken. I think he had 9 points. He probably in with like 22 or something like that. Shit might end with 19. You never know. Boy, I ain't seen this lineup all season. Let me see. I got them down 50 for 15. Oh, don't sound too bad. Cade got to be perfect in the playoffs for the Pistons to have a chance. Who's their second leading scorer? Durant? Probably. And the thing with them is also if they play a team, they don't have enough playoff experience. Like you will be counting on the Cavaliers and Spider kind of just choking like they always do. Like that's what you would really be counting on. Or like Tatum not really having enough runway to really build up his momentum. And Tatum looking like he coming along strong. I ain't gonna lie to you. Go back up. There you go. Tatum like he coming along strong. So I think I got the Celtics coming out the East this year. Me. Especially if Derek White get it back together. I got the Celtics or maybe Cleveland coming out the East this year. Me. I just don't think Detroit got enough offense. I agree. But see, this is the thing. This is the only edge I would give Detroit. They so used to playing like slow, rugged basketball. They got enough physical, rugged players that they can make it a slow, ugly, competitive game if it came down to that. But you got motherfuckers like, what's his name? You got guys like Thompson and Holland. You don't got a guard at all. It's Beef Stew. You don't got to guard him at all. I'm sending 2-3 motherfuckers at Cade Cunningham. I'm leaving Thompson open. Thompson, if you shoot 50% in this series from behind the arc, it's just meant to be. Whoa, Brock, what's happening with your homie? What's happening with you? Say Messi play like Ben Simmons? Yeah, a little bit. He ain't got quite the passing prowess as Ben, but see, Derek gave up his dribble too soon right there. Derek gave up his dribble too soon. If Derek would have backed him down one more time, I think he would have had it. He gave up his dribble too soon right there. He had Najee on him, and he kind of forced the jumper. Poole getting downhill. Poole, who was you passing to just now? I don't know who Poole was passing to. Oh, that boy got fouled on the 3. See, now he just got to see maybe he just got to see the ball go in the hoop. Maybe he just got to see the ball go in the hoop. I hope he got fouled and that wasn't a block. It's like, god damn, Poole. Yeah, he'd be what, 0 for 4? And that's coming off a bad pass. Let me see. That's I need to see the other side of that. That looked like it might have been a clean block. I need to see if he hit him on the left hand. That looked like it's a clean block though. He definitely got the yips. But fuck, he ain't playing a long time. He definitely got the yips. Says if Zion gonna get going, they're gonna sit him down until the end of the game. Say we 10 games behind 10. The highest we can get is 11. This shit a wrap. Yeah, Fist. I mean, I think I spoke to a few people online and in the chat as well. And here, yeah, like everybody was saying the same thing. Like more than likely the Pelicans gonna get to. Yeah, that's a clean block in my opinion. More than like, see, that's the thing I don't like that Poole does. Poole will get a motherfucker to bottom up fake, and then he'll sidestep and still shoot the 3. Like, no, attack downhill at this point. Ooh, now I don't know. To me, it depends on which part of Flagg's hand hit first. Because Flagg definitely hits Jordan Poole on the fingers, but I don't know if he hit the ball first. But the thing is, too, does it matter? It doesn't matter. If your follow through hit him on the hand, does it matter? Because it looked like his pinky and ring finger hit Jordan Poole's index finger. That's what it looked like. That's what it looks like. I would have preferred Jordan Poole step in, collapse the defense, and maybe do a nice handoff right there personally. But he definitely needs to see the ball go in. The hand part of the ball. But see, that's the thing. Fist, depending on how they won't call it. Bree said Poole nervous, y'all calm down. Yeah, he do seem like he got the yips. He just happy to be out here. Whoa, what's good, Days? Damn. Well, that counts as a block and a missed Jordan Poole shot attempt. Another missed Jordan Poole 3-point shot attempt, so he'd be 0 for 3 from behind the arc. Well, what up with you, Dave? Say get the lights up. Shout out to everybody in the building. Take a second, hit that like button, man, before they inbound the ball. We get back and play. I appreciate all y'all, man. Hit that like button for me, please. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, that was a clean block. That was a clean block. Let me see. If Zion, my bad. Hold up. Yeah, I always thought they gonna max out at 11. Now here's the fucked up part. I think Dallas was what 10th last season when they in the offseason when they jumped to number 1. But Dallas also gave the Lakers Luka Doncic, so they was rewarded with Cooper Flagg. But I don't think the Pelicans are likely to jump to number 1 or no shit like that. But I just want that pick to be, honestly, I'll be ecstatic if that pick just stay at motherfucking pick 11 or pick 10 or just something. Oh, nice pass. That was an and one. See, here's the thing with Eve. And look, whoever said that was just tweaking, say Messi play like Ben Simmons. That's how he playing right now. Messi got no intentions on trying to score right now. Messi just trying to rebound and make the right pass. He ain't trying to score at all. They trying to get Jordan Poole going. Poole, that was, oh boy. Look, that motherfucker went in. That was a terrible shot. Hopefully that builds his confidence seeing the ball go in. Box out. All right. That's good defense right there by Jordan Poole. Not that Najee. Oh, that's a terrible call. That's on the ground, though. That's on the ground. That's a terrible call. That's a terrible call. That's on the floor. That's on the motherfucking floor. Oh, no. How is he shooting? Man, get the fuck out of here. Whoa, what up with your game? What up, Game Osborne? What's up with your homie? Hope you're doing well, man. Blueprint says Zion might go for 25 tonight. He might. See, ball don't lie, Najee. Shout out to my dog, Najee. Now, look, it's funny, y'all. I hope Najee don't come alive and have a great game after this. But Najee put on Twitter, he was like he not feeling like himself, like he not playing well, or he feel like he in a drought or something. He said along those lines. It's just tonight he certainly has been not good so far. All right, now let's see where we go. Dexter says Zion might go for 35. Let's be real. That ain't really Zion game. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I would, if Zion, great, that was, oh my God. Come on, bro. If Zion was to go for 35, you would have to tell me that he had 28 at half. You would have to tell me Zion had 28 at half. Let's see here, man. All right, now they get into the free throw line. And mind you, we were in the bonus. But they get into the free throw line now. And that's Najee with, 2 points in a row, two trips to the line. Well, 9 3 points in a row, 2 trips to the line. Luckily, that's Zion's first foul, and that's Jordan Poole's first foul. Both seem like they're going to be a big part of the rotation in the second half. Let me see, 35, all left hand, left side layups, bad, man. Yeah. Hey, you got to do it till they stop it. Pause. That sounded crazy. Oh, I thought he was about to go for that alley to Trey. I'm glad he didn't, though. That would have been a turnover. Oh, nice change of direction. Oh, Lord. Nice change of direction. Nice finish through contact. That was nice by Zion. That was nice. All right, now can we get a stop? Can we extend the lead? We keep going under on them fucking Chris Middleton threes. What are we doing? Rebound. Motherfucker got the rebound between 4 fucking Pelicans. Come on, y'all. Motherfucker got the rebound between 4 Pelicans. God damn. Let's go. Oh, Lord. Look, I know Najee embarrassed. Look, shout out to Najee. Shout out to my dog Craig. Look, Najee was already saying he didn't feel like himself on Twitter. After tonight, you might want to check Najee timeline. Najee looking rough out there, man. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, that motherfucker hit that. That would have been a fast break opportunity for the Pelicans. Say Meese's heard y'all calling them Ben. Yeah. He said, fuck out of here, boy. Look, people, he's like, if I'm Ben, I'm all-star Ben. I'm prime Ben. Box out. Ah, that was bad. Say, just realized James Wiseman is currently playing for Team USA. Pelicans might want to look at him. Hey, that's another guy that Troy Weaver actually took a scratch-off ticket on. Oh, that was a great fucking pass. Oh, no! That should have been an and one! Oh, bitch! That was a great pass by Jordan Poole. That should have been a motherfucking and one. That was a great pass by Poole, though. Yeah, Wiseman's another guy that Weaver took a look at. Didn't really work out. He's another guy also coming off an Achilles injury. High pedigree player, hell of a college player. It just never really transitioned. Got drafted to a bad team. Seeing what Kuminga is doing with Atlanta kind of leads to more conversations about maybe, it's 2 things. Either the Warriors just don't know how to draft anymore, or the Warriors just suck at developing talent. You know, it's one of those two things, right? So seeing what Kuminga's doing, maybe you could say, all right, well, Wiseman, we'll invite you to G League. We'll take a look at you, see what happens. You know what I'm saying? No promises, but we'll give you a look. See, I hope it work out for him because he got put in a fucked up position. You got taken number 2 to a team that just, I mean, they needed a center, but not your type of center necessarily. You couldn't really beat it. Oh my God, Herb did this shit again. This is the second time Herb did this, bro. It's the second time Herb did this. That was good defense initially by Herb, but you can't save the ball under the opposing defense's bucket. You can't do that. Say such a better brand of basketball without Herb on the floor. I thought Herb's been okay. Say Jose like player gets blocked by Herb. Jose like player gets blocked like by Herb. Oh yeah. Who ain't that man, what's that dude's name, bruh? That's Nembhard. Ain't that Nembhard, brother? That's Nembhard, brother, right? He had some good games earlier this season. He's definitely an undersized point though. That was good defense by Flagg. I mean by Zion on Flagg. Box out. No need to. Niggas say box out for what? X, what's happening with your homie? Say, are you sure? Are we sure Eve ain't the answer? Eve still got, a couple of defensive rebounding issues. Oh, Trey, you had him in the motherfucking L. You supposed to jump into that contact right there if you Trey. Zion, you had Gafford right there. You supposed to go in the Gafford motherfucking chest right there, man. I ain't like that play by Herb. I didn't like that shot by Herb at all. Now you giving Dallas some momentum going into the half. Scope, what's happening with you? You say Zion goes right all the time. Just hate. I think Fist was just joking. Zion definitely does go right though. He definitely does go right. He don't finish with the right hand a lot, but he definitely does go right. Oh, great pass, Eve! You gotta dunk that shit. Oh my God, Eve, you gotta dunk that shit on that reverse, bro. Oh my God, bro. Now we let Najee come alive. Oh my God. Get the ball to Zion, please. He too small. And one. And look, that was a finish on the right hand side. Ironically, right? I like Nembhard. Nembhard, he just a little. He stands out as being small on the screen. Like he really stands out. But again, Dallas has had a lot of success with small guards. If you talk about Brunson, talk about Barea historically. Not a different coach, of course, but I just mean that organization. Shit, Steve Nash also wasn't a large guard. I think Jose would have fit there perfectly as well. Oh, Bay. I'm calling this man Bay. Sadiq, you supposed to give the ball to Zion right there, Sadiq. Sadiq fucked that up. That's Sadiq's fault. Sadiq fucked that up. Great defense right there by Trey to end the half. Sadiq fucked that up. Sadiq was supposed to pass that motherfucking ball to Zion. Zion was right there on the right wing. Oh my God, Sadiq, that was bad. That was a bad possession right there by Sadiq. By you say DQ should start the second half in place of Herb or Messi? You think so? I don't know. I do think DQ had a good game though. Has had a good game. Say, why did Trey pass it to him? Let me rewind this. I gotta rewind this to see exactly what the fuck happened there. Cause that was dumb. That whole situation was dumb. Let me see. All right, let's see here. All right, Trey gets the rebound. So, he passed it to him because Trey brought the ball up the court. And when Zion was walking up on the right side, he wasn't looking. But you see Trey sets the screen. And once Trey set the screen, Sadiq didn't pass it to Zion. There was like 5 seconds left. Sadiq just went rogue right there. That could have been terrible. That could have been a terrible situation. That's to say, nah, DQ need to come off the bench. Yeah, I think that was an action, and Sadiq just kind of said, fuck it, I'm going to do my own thing here. I think Trey was trying to initiate the action. I think he set the screen. I think Sadiq was supposed to keep moving towards Zion, hand it off to Zion, set the screen for Zion to free Zion up off of Najee. And then Zion was supposed to attack Nembhard in that scenario, I think. But we may never know now because we will never know now because how the shit went. But them only having, what they got, a 13-point lead? Let me see. Pelicans got a 13-point lead, and that's not very good, all things considered. I mean, it's good that they lead and they got to win, but I think they led at one point by what, 16? Is that the highest lead they've had this game? No, it was 17. They had a 17-point lead at one time. 13 ain't terrible, but we lucky that quarter ended, in my opinion. We lucky that quarter ended. Why Sadiq be the last shot? Sadiq be wilding out, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Sadiq be wilding out. Bayou Sniper said 38% from the field, 28% from 3, and dumb fouls. Oh, you talking about Herb? Okay, Bayou Sniper talking about Herb. Holmes said give Zion the ball and get the fuck out the way, man. Sadiq think he him. Sadiq had a good second quarter, y'all. He had a very good second quarter. His decision making right there was bad. Oh, I would lead. So I would lead. Leading high, quote unquote, was 18. Okay, it was 18. I was just looking at that last Jordan Poole shot that brought it to 17. So it was 18. Yeah. They started hitting their threes and getting to the free throw line. Let me see. All I know is Zion getting no touches next half. Yeah, D, you're probably right with that. Me say Herb has been historically bad. I think Herb the worst starter in the league. I do think Herb is one of the worst starters in the league right now. I do think that. I don't think he's been awful this game necessarily, but I do think he's one of the worst starters in the league. I will agree there. Let's look at the box score so far. Najee 5 for 12. Really, Najee just hit about 2 buckets in a row, and that's what brought that percentage up because Najee was not scoring well. They let him get an offensive putback. And he got a bucket in transition. They been keeping Cooper Flagg in check pretty much, especially from behind the arc. He's only got 9 points, 4 for 10. PJ, he ain't done much neither. 4 for 7. Max Christie, he hit a big 3 for 6. Marvin Bagley's 3 for 6, including hitting a 3. So they got 9. They've hit 9 threes to the Pelicans 5. But the Pelicans are killing them from the field goal percentage standpoint. They shooting 37% from the field. Pelicans shooting 54% from the field. Pelicans also getting to the free throw line. 16 free throw attempts to 8. Look at rebounding. Pelicans only got 5 more rebounds. That's a little discouraging to me because the Pelicans have given up quite a few offensive rebounds, in my opinion. Pelicans gave up 8 offensive rebounds. Only got 5 offensive rebounds on their half. Pelicans, let me see. 4 turnovers for Dallas. Pelicans got 7. Pelicans they just can't step on a rake this second half. Don't step on a rake this second half and don't give up threes. What's good, J. Cal? Say, what's good, Chaz? How they doing? They're looking all right. You know, they started off kind of slow. Then Sadiq Bey, Fears, and it was Sadiq Bey, Fears, and Derek Queen gave them a shot of energy. Bree said they took Poole off the floor. Now they stanky. I got a narrative to push. Yeah, I guess you could say, it started falling apart a bit when Poole left and Herb came back in. I guess you could say that. Let's see. I'm liking this game from Herb. Yeah, I don't think Herb been bad. Well, what up, Q? Yeah, I don't think he been bad. He ain't been good neither. He just been kind of like, he kind of just been all right. He ain't been terrible. He took a couple wild shots that I didn't like, but generally he's been okay. Let's see here. Let me see here some of y'all comments. I like Messi. Pause. Yeah, Messi doing this thing. Messi, that miss on that reverse was bad. That miss on that reverse was very bad because not only did he miss, we didn't secure the offensive. Not the offensive. We didn't secure the rebound on the other end. So that gave Najee an opportunity to get a bucket. He cut the lead down to 11. So that was just a 4-point swing on that situation. Say the Mavs hit a tank. We should let them. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think the Mavs hit a tank. I think the Mavs on the second night of back-to-back. They just won a game yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think the Mavs hit a tank, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I thought he was going to go for that reverse dunk. I didn't think he was going to try to lay it in. I thought he was going to go for the reverse dunk, personally. Say Messi raw, but he's got intangibles in the motor. Yeah. He doesn't. I think that's why the Pelicans are looking to lean into their developmental program a lot. Like one of the only real off-season acquisitions they made to that coaching staff was a developmental guy. I think he was in Detroit with Troy and them, and then he went to I want to say Portland. I think he went to Portland after that. Big Demo said, "Hey, do you think the Pelicans can bring in a legit shooter next year?" They better up. Shit. I hope so. They better. I mean, looking at the free agents, let's just say if they try to do it via free agency, they ain't got a ton of options. They ain't got a ton of options via free agency. Just being honest. You could probably. You're gonna be looking at guys like maybe Antonio Reeves. You're looking at Amir Coffey, maybe. You're looking at who else? Cole Anthony. I don't even know what Cole Anthony shot from beyond the arc this year, but maybe Cole Anthony, somebody like that. Like the options for shooting this offseason ain't good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Chad, you think the Mavs trying to make the play-in? No, I don't think they're necessarily trying to make the play-in. I think that the Mavs in a weird spot because you still got Kyrie, and I'm about to look at their term right now. No, I don't think they're necessarily trying to make the play-in. No, I just think they're content with winning every game they can win. Because if you think about it, right, they had the 10th best odds when they jumped to number 1. So, and you got the number 1 pick. Like, you ain't really trying to, like, bottom out necessarily. And if you do want to bottom out, you still got, like, the last 6 or so games of the year to just go ahead and lose every game possible. I just think they just trying to create good habits. You got dudes like Najee who not going to tank. Cooper Flagg not going to tank. Christie, Nemhard, them type of dudes. You would have to bench them for them to tank. You got a couple old heads like Middleton, if I'm not mistaken. You got Klay Thompson, like he's sitting out tonight because he played yesterday. I don't think they're tanking. I don't think they're trying to make the play-in, but I don't think they're tanking either. I think they just kind of like we want to win every game we can. When it's time to pull the plug, we're gonna pull the plug. But I think they want to win every game they can. Whoa, what up? What's good with your ride? I'm chilling, homie. He said they need to pick a timeline. I ain't gonna lie. I think they're gonna try to. It depends, dog, because Cooper Flagg could be he's already really good. If they think Cooper Flagg gonna be like significantly better next year, they might try to keep Kyrie. But if they like, man, we trying to blow it up, that's a person I would be looking at if I was the Pelicans. I ain't gonna lie. I would be like, hey, what's the deal? Y'all trying to move Kyrie? And that's a motherfucker I would be looking at getting if I was the Pelicans. Especially with the Dejounte situation being what it is. Like, he just not trying to come back. Would you trade Fizz in a package for Kyrie? I wouldn't. Nah, that I wouldn't do. That I wouldn't do. I'm not moving Fizz for Kyrie. Not coming off of the ACL. Not coming off the ACL. I would just offer Dejounte. I would like, here, look, you got Dejounte, and I might give him a swap, maybe. Dejounte and a swap. I need to see Kyrie contract. What's Kyrie's number next year? Queen for Kyrie? I couldn't do it. Just because of the age situation. Like the age situation, I just couldn't do it. Like if Kyrie was like 26, 28, then I would be like, all right, Derek, it's probably time. But Kyrie already over 30, 3 years, 120. So let's just say, hypothetically, let's say it's $40 million, right? I would probably do Dejounte and I don't think I would offer that much more, to be honest. Dejounte and probably Hawkins. Dejounte and Hawkins. I would probably do Dejounte and Hawkins. Because I ain't really, like, you ain't taking no risk, in my opinion, by taking on Dejounte. And that Kyrie shit, if you want Cooper Flagg as the quote-unquote point guard, then it don't really work with Kyrie necessarily. Now, Kyrie could catch and shoot. He could do a lot of things. So anybody can play with Kyrie, in my opinion. But on paper, it won't necessarily work with Kyrie. Let me see. The Mavs aren't tanking. They just letting the chips fall. Yeah, that's how I feel as well. Say Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter been a little bunk from beyond the arc this year. But shit, if I'm the Pelicans, I'd probably take a look at him. I'm hanging up if I was the Mavs. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because if like Kyrie coming off an injury, I don't really know what his value is at right now. I think a contending team would offer you a first, but the Pelicans ain't a contending team. So it's like, eh, and he ain't play at all this year. Let me say, Jay Cal, so you think Dejounte leaving? I do. I think he might start the season on the Pelicans, but I think they still gonna try hard to move him. Louisiana gal said Dejounte GF moving to Houston. Hey, I think Dejounte playing as well as he played against Houston is no coincidence. I think that's an ideal trade partner. And if I'm the Pelicans, I'm asking for just give me Fred VanVleet, and could you potentially throw in what's his name? Tyree Eason, he due for another contract. I don't think he gonna get no big contract though. But if I can get Tyree, because Tyree a restricted free agent. If I can get like Tyree Eason and Fred VanVleet for Dejounte and Hawkins, I'd do that. Like I do that like in a heartbeat. Dexter said, I think the team needs Dejounte. This team healthy can make some noise next year. Look, I agree with you, Dexter. I just don't think Dejounte wants to be here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, things could change, but you're in a situation where, like, who's the real Dejounte? Like, who's the real Dejounte? Is Dejounte at his best what the team needs? Can Dejounte stay healthy? Because now you got a couple, like 2 seasons. Well, he had a major injury, but now you got back-to-back seasons where he hasn't really played much basketball. So can he stay healthy for an extended period of time? What is his agency thinking? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would prefer to take Jabari Rod, but that's why I was just like, man, that sounded so fucking crazy. But I agree with Rod. I would prefer to trade for Jabari versus Tyree Eason but I don't think they'll give him up. Louisiana guess that Zion is definitely recruiting him to stay, which also lets me know Zion is probably about to get extended. Yeah, I mean, I just wonder how much sway Zion really has right now. Louisiana gal. That really makes me wonder how much power Zion really got on influence. Because if Clutch is like, man, we want out of here. And we've been wanting out of here since last season. And Zion like, nah, man, I want dude to stay. And if you Joe Dumars, you like, well, what leverage you got? If we don't, let's say if we move him, what you gonna do? Like, what leverage you got? So that's why, like, the team not winning with Zion being as healthy as he's been this season, even though the coaching sucked, them not winning more games with him, it kind of makes it like difficult to really gauge, because it's like, Joe Dumars pretty much said that we not quote unquote building around Zion quote unquote. So Zion's just a very good player on the team. Like he's a very good player on the team. And I do know that Zion and Joe Dumars got a good relationship. Like they got a real cool relationship off the court. But it's still like, how much of that influences front office decision making? You know what I'm saying? Because Troy Weaver might be like, wait a minute, I don't give a fuck who you like or what. I ain't get a chance to build a team I want to build yet. If I'm Troy Weaver, all right, look, I done inherited all these coaches. I done inherited Dejounte who couldn't play to start the season. I done inherited a couple bad contracts. I inherited this guy, inherited that guy. $30 million is a lot of money. When can I build a motherfucking team I want to build? Because you're going to judge me by how this team do. See, nobody really moved right there. Sadiq Bey forced to throw it up. Good hustle by Eve Meesey, but not enough. Let's see, fam this year on Gail William Borrego. Yeah, I do believe that the coaching staff was terrible this year. Damn, that's a terrible opening to this half, boy. And why we keep letting her bring the ball up the court? That's a terrible opening to this half. You got to score immediately before these motherfuckers build that momentum back up. Okay. Why? I've seen enough of her already this motherfucking half. I ain't gonna lie. That was so dumb by her. That was dumb. That was really dumb. That shot was really dumb, dog. I've seen enough of Herb already this half. Can you hit the three right here, Herb? Man, you can't. Get Herb off the court! Get Herb off the court, bruh. Get Herb off the court, bruh. Get Herb off the court. This man is so not good, bruh. This man is so not good. One-on-one, what you gonna do with it? Good shit, Sadiq. Good pass up ahead by Trey. Let me see here. Zion trying to make sure he played them 65 games. Yeah, that too. Look like he gonna get it this year, knock on wood. Say we should have got McCain. Yeah, man, I really wanted us to go ahead and trade for McCain. I really did, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to trade Eve for McCain. I was really trying to trade Eve for McCain. Oh my God, dog. Look, I was so scared of what Sadiq Bey's decision was gonna be right there. That's a charge. Oh, damn, they call that a block. So Herb been terrible to start this half, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Say, man, the Rockets offer Fred VanVleet for Dejounte. I'm hanging up the phone if I'm the Pelicans. Really, Dexter? Well, here's the thing. Again, you're doing it mainly for the contract, right? You're doing it mainly because Fred is closer to expiring than Dejounte is. You know, I don't know that Dejounte helps you win that much more than Fred VanVleet. You feel me? Like, I don't know that he helps you win that much more. It's one of those things, like if Fred VanVleet was healthy, I think the Rockets would be much better this year. Just based on his leadership, three-point shooting, just defense, ability to run point. Because you got to remember, Kevin Durant has rarely played with a point guard the last few years. Everybody been fucking injured. So I think if Kevin Durant just had solid point guard play, he would be having a better season. That was an and one by Zion. I am tired of her bringing the ball up the court, though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know McCain was available. Yeah, man, the way Edgecombe started the season, and then you got Grimes. Like I kind of knew that McCain was on the way out. Especially McCain had gained a lot of weight. He had picked up a lot of weight, like, you know, from his rookie season to the offseason. He had a couple injuries. I wanted us to trade for him this offseason. I ain't gonna lie. Cause you know, it's no disrespect to Eve. I just felt like McCain the pedigree is higher in my opinion. But you know, it is what it is. I hope it work out for McCain. I do not love that shot by Trey, boy. That's a turnover. That's a turnover by Trey. 5-point swing. 5-point swing by Trey on that turnover. That was a terrible fucking shot, bro. Just run the offense, dog. Just run the oh my God. Now Herb. At least Herb hit the motherfucker. Good shot, Herb. At least he hit that motherfucker. Say, why does Trey shoot that far out? That was a frustration shot, in my opinion. I think that was a shot for a motherfucker like, man, I ain't shoot the ball enough this game. In my opinion. That was a great box out right there by Herb on PJ Washington. Yeah, I think that was a situation where Herb just felt like he didn't shoot. I'm sorry, that Trey just felt like he didn't shoot the ball enough. Because remember, when Trey was running with Sadiq Bey, he was calling for the alley, but Cooper Flagg played the lane perfectly to where he couldn't really throw the alley. So Sadiq Bey, you know, did a nice finger roll. And he was apologizing to Trey like, I saw you, but I couldn't throw it. Louisiana Gale said they can't expect me to watch her on this team next year. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Say, what's your realistic season? Zeke, say, what's your realistic season for the Pelicans realistically? Let me see if I just had to assign some names to it realistically. Let's just say you hire, I'm gonna just attach a real name to it. Rajon, great defense right there by Eve Messi. Oh, damn, Cooper hurt. Trey, look at Zion, Trey! There you go. There you go, Trey! That was a late-ass pass, but there you go, Trey. There you go, Trey. And look, that play started with Eve Messi's defense. That play started with Eve Messi's defense. Say, still hating on Herb, but he playing good. Jay Black, Herb started off this half really bad, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. He had a big three, though. He had a big three, but he started off this half really bad. I ain't gonna lie to you, Jay Black. Shout out to you, though, big dog. Yeah, the physicality between Zion and Bay right now is overwhelming to these dudes. Let's see. Trey and Zion need Sadiq. I don't know how to feel about that. You think they need Sadiq? I think. Well, fuck. I mean, you got to consider this. Just tweaking. Let's say Brandon, for example. I hate to bring up Brandon because Brandon got traded, but let's say Brandon, for example. When Brandon left and Najee left and who else left? Fuck. Brandon, Najee. Let's just say those two. Let's stick with those two. Trey was still on that team with Zion, Brandon, and Najee. Trey was there as well. When Brandon left, they still never really replaced that talent because you couldn't trade Brandon for nobody. So Bruce Brown is gone. Bruce Brown gone and Kelly Olynyk gone. It was supposed to be Jordan Poole, but it hasn't worked out this season. Say Trey handles just a notch above Hawkins. I'd probably say 2 notches, but I agree with your point. But I do say 2 notches, but I agree with your point. Trey shoots 30-footers because he can't break down his man off dribble. You don't know. I think he could get a first step if he want. I think that particular shot he just took, I think that was just a frustration shot, personally. I think he took that because he hadn't shot the ball in a while. Oh, but my bad. Let me get back to Zeke. Hypothetically, I would hire Rondo as head coach. Let him pick out a staff. I'm trading Herb Jones for some shooting. I'll probably try to see if I can package Poole. I'll probably see if I can package Poole and Herb for like Goga Batadze and maybe Isaiah Stewart and a guy. You know what I'm saying? It would be great if I could get Suggs in that deal. I doubt I could though. But I'll probably try to do that. Try to see if I can get Goga Batadze and Suggs or I say Isaiah Stewart. Not Isaiah Stewart. Jonathan Isaac. Jonathan Isaac, Goga Batadze, and as far as filling out the roster, I would probably sign Cole Anthony as my third big. I'm sorry, my third point guard, just so I can have some veteran point guard at the backup just in case of an injury or something like that. And I would try to bring in Amir Coffey for his 3-point shooting. So I'm hoping I can solve my center rotation problem with Goga Batadze and Jonathan Isaac. I'm hoping I can address the shooting a little bit with Goga Batadze and bringing in maybe Amir Coffey. I can't see them giving up. And I think Suggs way better than her personally. I can't see them giving up Suggs neither. What the fuck was that, Trey? Oh yeah, Trey. Don't do that no more. That was don't do that. That wasn't good. Don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. Oh, I thought he about to throw that motherfucking alley, but you had Wendell right there. I keep calling this man Wendell Carter Jr., bro. Marvin Bagley, my bad. I don't know why I be wanting to call this man Wendell Carter Jr. so much. Oh, damn, that was bad. Say Sadiq does not score off of Trey and Zion gravity. What you talking about? He ISO on his own. Chaz hates Herb. The team needs someone who plays defense and has good IQ. That ain't Herb though. 504. I ain't gonna lie. That is not Herb. Jay Black said Herb playing point guard and defense against the best player. Flagg has 11 points on 12 shots. But really though, Jay Black, watching the game, Zion has been guarding Cooper Flagg the most. Zion been guarding Cooper Flagg the most. And that's the tough thing too with the Pelicans switching everything. It's hard to really assign a motherfucker who went off and blame a particular player. That was a friendly call. All right, Zion usually don't get that call. Sadiq scores that on that ISO only 30% of the time. Yeah, that Sadiq Bey post up does not have great efficiency, honestly. What's Bryce's injury? He got a fractured toe. I don't know if it's his great toe or which toe it is, but he has a fractured toe. And I never even saw the injury. He probably had been playing with that motherfucker for a little while too, and probably was like, man, something not right. And then they probably was like, let's see about it. And then it came back. Me say Zion. Sadiq is okay. He's been able to play freely because of the gravity of Zion and Trey gives him. Yeah, I probably would agree with that as well. Because nobody really doubling Sadiq, like talking about it. Maybe in the post if the defense collapsed, but nobody really doubling him. Say, Jesus Christ, Jalen Green, little brother, so skinny. Yeah, you know what's funny? Jalen Green's another guy that hasn't gained a ton of weight. or muscle necessarily. Dallas commentary pretty much said if you wanted to put any ball pressure on us, we cooked offensively. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Oh, good hustle right there, Carlo. Great hustle by Carlo. Yeah, because the Pelicans, well, right now anyway, they don't really have a point guard out there aside from maybe Fierce. Oh my God, Trey, what was that? Oh my God, Trey, what was that? My God, Trey, what was that? Trey was determined to have a turnover in this quarter because even on that, when they inbounded him the ball, he did that bounce pass to Herb. I'm like, that was almost a turnover, Trey. Like when I was like, don't do that no more. I'm like, yo, I don't understand why it's so hard to just find Zion and give him the ball, like for this team. It's mind-boggling. 5-point swing by Trey Murphy right there. 5-point swing by Trey Murphy right there. Fierce goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Yeah. Say nobody doubles Trey, and when they load up on Zion. Well, I'm talking about in the I'm not talking about Trey getting doubled. As far as Trey, when Trey is the only shooter, when he is the only shooter on the court, they just his man. My bad. When Trey is the only shooter on the court, they just stick to him. Like they don't run off him. They don't set screens to set him free. So it's easier to guard him when he's the only shooter on the court because you know you don't have a threat anywhere else. That was a nice ass move by Cooper Flagg. Good thing he missed because that was a nice ass move. Whereas Zion gets doubled and tripled and what have you. Oh, at Christie, nice spin. Oh Lord, that was nice. That was nice, Zion. That was nice. Kim say, I missed your first comment, Kim. Rondo may like Herb. He might, but Rondo, I think Rondo is such a smart guy. If Rondo liked Herb, I would be willing to live with it. Great defense right there by Trey. If Rondo liked it, Trey, you got to get the ball to Zion right here, Trey. Never mind. All right, he got it. If Rondo liked Herb, I probably would be willing to live with it a little bit. But you would have to show me a way you're going to utilize him that I haven't seen before, which I can't imagine how it would be. Truthfully, Kim, I can't imagine how you would utilize Herb differently. Because what I wanted to see from Herb this season was them use him in a backup point guard situation where he could, because that's a little bit what he did in the SEC. Brought the ball up the court. He was in SEC, right? Brought the ball up the court. Facilitated a little bit, but watching him in the NBA, watching him at this level, I'm like, all right, he can't do that in the NBA. That's not really his thing in the NBA, and he can't really create for himself neither. So he's not going to be a threat to really orchestrate any defense. You would have to use him almost like Draymond Green, but also Herb's so skinny that his physicality isn't a threat. So you don't have the athletic threat, you don't have the physical threat, you don't have a speed or shooting threat. I just don't know how you would utilize him as a top rotational player that you're paying $20 million. If Herb was getting like $10 million, it would be different. But $20 million, nah, you gotta be averaging double digits. I ain't gonna lie to you. 504 said, where's Rondo right now? Rondo is on the Bucks staff, which is interesting because if Doc Rivers does retire or gets let go, and truthfully, they need to do one of the two. But let's say Doc Rivers retires. Shit, I ain't gonna hold you. If you trade in Giannis, you might just want to go ahead and promote. They already like Darvin Ham there, so you might as well want to go ahead and promote Darvin Ham or promote Rondo. Shit. Say what you been complaining about Herb bring the ball up this game. Herb is not getting 20 mil, he's making 13 mil. Jay Black. Herb is bringing the ball up this game, but he's doing it's not effective, firstly. And secondly, he signed a contract extension that's going to be paying him north of $20 million after this contract ends. So it's going to be 15, then it's going to go up to 20, et cetera, et cetera. Let me see. Borrego really making Herb the point guard when letting Herb run the one that's always been the best offense. It's probably one of them situations, Meech, to where he like, well, look, if Herb could be a play initiator, he don't necessarily have to be a play finisher. So we can let Zion finish the plays. But the thing with Herb initiating is, again, Herb don't really dribble that well, and he's not an advantage creator. Like watching these highlights, like all of us watching these highlights, only like that's go one player right there, but in a 2-man action between Zion and Herb, only one of these plays on this highlight reel has Herb initiating any of the offense. That's why if you pressure, if they really wanted to win this game, again, they would just apply crazy ball pressure in the backcourt. Pelicans would turn the ball over. Pelicans a terrible defensive transition team. They would just score easily. That's how they got a lot of their buckets in this game, truthfully, is in transition with the Pelicans taking bad shots or the Pelicans turning the ball over. Like, even, that's my thing too. Like, with me, I think I asked for like 13, 5, and maybe 3 for Herb. Like, but 8 points, 9 points, no, man, hell no. Not as no starter in the NBA. You got to be a motherfucking shutdown, super duper shutdown. Oh, I thought that was about to be a motherfucking and one. I ain't gonna lie. You got to be a super duper shutdown wing defender to be getting paid big money and starting. If you not gonna average at least 13, 14. Oh, nice and one by Carlo. You would think Carlo was Wemby height. The way Carlo finished them motherfucking dunks, you would swear to God that Carlo was Wemby's height. You would swear to God that Carlo was Wemby's height. Yo, while Carlo shooting these free throws, yo, hit the like button, everybody. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit the bell notification. We got a new story time coming up soon. Make sure y'all join the membership, man. We got a new story dropping soon. Jay Burke say Trey need to give up the ball. He's not gonna pass the defender with 3 dribbles. Yeah, he's like, you know what? There was a stat, Jay Burke, that BI had a few years ago, the way like when he dribbles the ball X amount of times, it's typically a turnover or a missed shot. I think with Trey hasn't gotten a ton of looks. Look at that. Come on now. That was terrible miscommunication right there, giving up a wide open fucking 3 off of a free throw. That's just terrible, bro. Terrible. Immature basketball. Just immature basketball. So now with Zion off the court, I don't know what the quote-unquote hierarchy going to be. I hope we don't just go to his turn, my turn, his turn, my turn. Big 3 by Fierce right there. They needed that desperately. Tubby Grubby part 2. Nah. You know what? Nah, not that one game. Not that one game, but I might have to go ahead and break down why I had to exit stage left. You know, the game. But that was close. That was close, game. Yeah, Fierce doing this thing. I don't necessarily like the shot selection. Oh, that was a cold ass reverse by Trey. That was a cold ass reverse by Trey right there. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was cold. But yeah, I don't necessarily like the Fierce shot selection, but the motherfuckers, they went in. Yeah, that's the thing with Carlo. You can't teach that effort, and you can't teach that level of athleticism. That's why I like Carlo and Eve so much. That's why I like calling Eve so much. Them dudes out there earning it, they gonna work for the paycheck every time. Let me say, how you get in transition, play defense, and rebound will get you in transition. No, I meant transition defensively. Like if the Pelicans, let's say the Pelicans take a bad shot and miss, it could be a 1-on-4 fast break for Dallas, and the Pelicans gonna get scored on. Or just now, how the Pelicans didn't play transition defense off that free throw. Now that's a bad turnover by Fierce right there. That's some bad playoff basketball by Fierce right there. Look, just now, turnover by Fierce, easy bucket for Dallas, bad transition defense. The Pelicans are a really bad transition defense. Yeah, really bad. But see, you keeping them in the game, you giving them some confidence when you could be curb stomping these motherfuckers winning by 30 points. You just keeping them in the game, letting them stick around, letting them build that confidence up. And it's been off of dumb stuff, like just leaving motherfucker wide open for 3. I think PJ hit like 4 or 5 threes this game. Let me look at the motherfucking box score, because you should never leave PJ open. Now, I do think it was a tough call for Trey, because that wasn't Trey's man, but Trey should have ran and contested it because of you know, just the fact that who PJ is. Yeah, PJ Washington is 4 for 6 from behind the arc. And they just let him walk up after a made free throw. They let this man walk up and take a wide open uncontested 3. He's 7 for 11 from the field. He's shooting 66% from behind the arc tonight. 4 for 6. And they didn't even bother to contest. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just it's a terrible transition team. Terrible transition defense. Awful transition defense. And just now, you know, Fierce turns it over. Sadiq Bey goes for the contest. He don't really have the wingspan to to deflect the basketball. Mind you, look, on that play, it was 1-on-2. Sadiq Bey was back. The ball was stopped. He just made a great pass. Sadiq Bey couldn't deflect it. Terrible transition defense. That's just who this team is. That's just who the team is, unfortunately. Let me see here. What Carlo's stat line is? Carlo got 7 and 8. Eve Misi has 4, 9 and 3. Let me see. So, damn, Fears got 13 and 4. Trey got 14 and 6 and 6. Zion got 25, 3 and 25 and 3. Sadiq got 17 and 3 and 2. 17, 3 and 2. So after this timeout, the Pelicans gotta put the pedal to the metal and get some buckets, because you're gonna let this team stick around and gain confidence, and then you're gonna be in a dogfight in the fourth quarter. That's good if you bet on Zion to score 30-something points, because Zion most likely will be playing in this fourth quarter the way this game going. I ain't gonna hold you. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, bro, I had left the building, you understand? Yeah, right, I had dipped out home. I left the building. Now that was a dangerous ass pass by Fears. Can Carlo make one? Ah, big shot by Carlo. Big shot by Carlo, man. My son. Yes indeed, Carlo. Yes indeed. Carlo might get a nice extension, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Cause Carlo, next year is the final year of his contract. So now you gotta think about extending Carlo. You're going to have to share some salary. You're going to have to share some salary because you got people to extend. You got people to extend. You got to extend. Carlo, Bay going to be due for the extension a year after that. You're going to have to start thinking about what you're going to do with Eve Misi and his contract. You're going to have to create some salary. You're going to have to. And that's not mentioning what you could potentially do in free agency. All right. DQ, what you going to do with the DQ? What you going to do, DQ? What was that, a fucking inadvertent whistle just now? I thought I heard the whistle go off. Nice pass. Nice pass. Nice pass. Ah! Fuck. That was a nice play call. Nice like ball movement and shit, but it just didn't work out. Get the rebound. Get the rebound. Good hustle. Good hustle, Carlo and Queen. Yeah, that was a nice pass in for a wide open fish 3. It just didn't work out. All right. All right. See, this is the thing. DQ he not getting a lot of shots, but I'll say he's playing the right way. He's hustling on the boards. You know what I'm saying? He's giving good effort. His passing has been solid. I don't think Derek's playing bad at all. He had a quality defensive play as well. City, you don't think they will keep Misi and Carlo? Well, here's the thing with that, Brock, because that's a good point. The thing with that, Brock, is like, what's the alternatives, right? Like, if the alternative is, well, because now you need at least three, 4 bigs. If the alternative is we can get Walker Kessler, I'm just saying hypothetically. Let's say, then it's like, all right, well, I can move on from one of these guys. Probably. But if the alternative is like, we going to bring back Kevon Looney, I think you do keep Eve and Carlo, because Carlo's more of a 4 that can play the 5, and Eve has more of the strength of a 5. Come on, run with him. Dunk that shit, Fierce. He made it. He ain't have to dunk it. Shout out to Speedy Gonzalez. He ain't have to dunk it. I get scared every time Fierce try to lay the motherfucking ball up, though. I ain't gonna lie. Now look, they talking on defense. Yeah, Fierce's foot speed with the ball. It's like somebody said last show. It reminded me of Monte Ellis. I think, wasn't Monte Ellis like the fastest player in the league with the ball in his hand? And look, people said Carlo was fast. I'm not Carlo. People said Kyra was fast. I don't think I've ever seen a motherfucker as fast as Fierce with that basketball. Zion is pretty fast with the basketball too, but I think Zion is fast with the basketball also because people want to get out the way. Like, you don't want to be in Zion's way when he's getting downhill with that motherfucking basketball. But Fierce is extremely fast with that basketball, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a good defense by Fierce. Better shot by Najee. Yeah, I think that is what it is too. I think that's what it is too, Louisiana Gal. He put too much English on the ball. Make the simple play. John Wall. Y'all say John Wall before the injury? You know what? I regret I didn't watch a lot of John Wall. Because, you know, it was like really no reason to watch the Wizards like talking about it. I didn't watch a lot of John Wall when in his prime. I regret that. I need to go back and watch. Darren Fox. Yeah, Darren Fox is really fast. De'Aaron Fox is really fast with the ball. That's a good one. Russ, yeah. Russell Westbrook is a really good one. Russell was just so, but see, I think you know what probably make Fierce look faster than Russ is that Fierce is shorter than Russ. But Russ was such a monster fucking athlete. It was just crazy. Russ was a monster athlete, dog. He still is a fucking monster athlete. But Russ is just a monster athlete. Jamal Crawford, I think Jamal Crawford was fast getting downhill with the basketball. You must be talking about Knicks Jamal Crawford. Because I saw like later stage Jamal Crawford. I ain't really watching with the Knicks. Was he fast with the Knicks like that with the basketball? D Rose? Yeah. Probably D Rose, yeah. D Rose another monster athlete. Man, that was crazy. D Rose was cold, dog. Boy, life's so unfair sometimes. Life could be unfair like a motherfucker. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I think if Boston stay healthy and Tatum find his groove, I think Najee playing okay. I ain't gonna lie, Najee got most of his buckets on like weird, like 50-50 balls, like in transition. But I do think Najee's having a solid game. In the first half, they kind of kept Najee at bay. They kept Najee at bay in the first half. And then he started like getting downhill in transition, getting second chance putbacks, shit like that. But generally, they kept him at bay early on. Grievous Vasquez, oh my God. Man, Grievous was so slow. It didn't make no motherfucking sense. They used to have a nickname for Grievous. Dog, they used to have a nickname for Grievous. I can't remember what it was. But Grievous was so slow with the basketball. Tariq Evans wasn't fast, but Tariq Evans was 6'6", like a big, strong motherfucker. Like, Tariq Evans was like a running back out there. But he wasn't super fast. He just had a crazy handle. All right, y'all. It's the fourth quarter. Let's see what the Pelicans do with it, dog. See what the Pelicans do, bruh. You say give Cade over Luka. Well, Cade played defense. Cade played some defense. Speedy Claxton. H. Bissell. Yeah. Speedy was all right. Former Pelican. Damn, Poole having a terrible shooting night. He having an awful shooting night. Put them forward. Devin Harris. I used to want Devin Harris when he was with Dallas. I kind of want the Pelicans to, because that's when Chris Paul, or the Hornets, that's when Chris Paul was like, I'm out of here. I was like, damn, man, trading for Devin Harris. I thought Devin Harris was about to be the next guy. I ain't going to lie to you. I thought Devin Harris was going to be the next guy. Good hustle right there by Derek Queen, though, on that second chance opportunity to give Fierce another look. Then you got Marvin Bagley. Look, remember I told y'all, man. I told y'all, keep an eye on Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley have a good game. Marvin Bagley will probably be a nigga on the Pelicans next year. I'm telling y'all, especially with the way this free agency looking. And the Pelicans going to have a little money to spend. I'm telling you. What I hope happened, dog, I hope DeAndre Jordan retires and he agreed to join the coaching staff. What I hope doesn't happen is that DeAndre Jordan doesn't retire. Big shot by Najee. DeAndre Jordan doesn't retire. And they like, we got to bring back DeAndre's leadership. Because that's going to piss me off. Because that's like another damn near $3 million fucking dollars that's just sitting there going to waste. Like, man, if you want to be a leader on the team, why don't you just go ahead and join the coaching staff? Oh, huge shot by DQ. Huge answer right there by DQ. Huge answer by DQ, man. Big shout out to motherfucking Derek Queen for that shot. Huge answer. Cause that's his first, no, that's his second attempted jump shot of the night, if I'm not mistaken. Cause he hit one in the first quarter. All right, you can't go under right now. Najee going ham. Good defense, Eve. Good fucking box out right there by Eve. Good defense by Queen. Slow it down. What you gonna do with it, D? Oh, I about to say DQ. And one. Oh, that boy got an and one. Bree, where you at, Bree? Bree, where you at? Already say, should we get Najee back? It would be nice already. I just don't think they can afford him at this stage. I don't think they can afford Najee at this stage. Like, it would have to be a situation where you was trading Herb for Najee. Or, I mean, because in my mind, Poole leaving is kind of almost inevitable. But so I think the conversation would be, is it like Herb for Najee? Because Najee is really valuable also. I think they could easily get like a protected first for Najee right now on the market. That was a foul. Good shit, Herb. Good pass up ahead. I mean, good shit, Fears. Good pass up ahead. Darren Collison was another really good point guard with speed with the ball in his hands. Dan Poole missing free throws. Yeah, I was surprised he missed that one. I was surprised he missed that one too. Poole started the season shooting like 95% from free throw or something crazy. But I do think Najee, if they decide to pull the plug, because now the Pelicans missing free throws, y'all, they tripping. If they do decide to pull the plug, if Dallas decide to pull the plug, Najee probably get him a first. Gafford will probably get him a first. I'm interested in what's gonna happen with Lively, to be honest, because Lively just got another injury. He hasn't played much the last 2 seasons. When he was playing, he ain't looked that good. I think I think Lively is a really good buy low candidate. If you could get Lively for like some bullshit, I like Lively as a buy low candidate. Crazy upside. You say the DFW, they love Najee out here. Oh yeah, Najee one of them dudes that kind of like Jose. You know what I'm saying? That was a nice move by Cooper Flagg on Queen. Nice in and out dribble. He one of them guys that, you know, the teams endear themselves to. And the fans, like, you know, they just love him. They love his effort, his energy. And he's such a low-cost acquisition that the upside is going to always crazy. I thought that was going in. That hit the back of the rim right there for Poole. All right, so if they score right here, if you the Pelicans, if they score, you got to call timeout and get Zion or Trey back in the game. They about to sub Herb back in. Great defense right there, Eve. Great fucking defense, Eve. Great defense, Eve. Yeah, Poole ice cold. Poole ice cold. Poole ice cold. Ice cold. If they score right here, you got to take, it's time to put Zion and Trey back in the game. Oh my God, they call that. Yeah, it's time to put Zion and Trey back in the game. Zion and Trey still sitting down. Poole is ice cold. Shit, he ain't played in. Wait, they subbing out Fierce right now for Herb. I guess Sadiq Bey supposed to be like the go-to scorer right here. Because at least Najee missing free throws too. Because Poole ice cold. He got to get downhill. But he was wide open from beyond the arc, but he got to get downhill. I would have preferred Fierce to stay in the game right here just to keep the energy up. But, man, this is an interesting lineup right here. I didn't watch much Jason Kidd. I didn't see Jason Kidd till he was with Dallas. Well, I'm talking about like when they won the ring. I didn't see Jason Kidd till he was older. He ain't played in mad long. Yeah, he ain't played in what, like over a month? Or damn near a month. So he rusty as the fuck. I don't even think Jordan Poole probably hasn't even been warming up before the games. Big shot right there by Sadiq Bey. Great physicality. I wouldn't be shocked if Jordan Poole wasn't even warming up before the games, to be honest. Get on! I thought Eve had that one out about this boy. I thought Eve had that one. Here comes Zion about to check in. I thought Eve had that motherfucking block. Cooper Flagg good, y'all. Cooper Flagg is good. Cooper Flagg is good. What was the call? What was the call? Oh, man. He called that? I thought he called a travel at Mo. Oh, that's a bogus-ass call on Herb. Oh, man. See, if Christie didn't flop, they probably wouldn't have called that if Christie didn't flop. But that wasn't great by Herb neither. But if Christie didn't flop, they probably don't call that. So it looked like Trey is about to come in for Poole. Looked like Trey about to come in for Poole. Good hustle right there by Eve. See? Second chance opportunities. That timeout came late by Borrego, in my opinion. That timeout came late by Borrego. That timeout should have came before the Sadiq Bey made basket, in my opinion. But, man. Yeah, Poole had a rough go. Let me look at the box score real quick. JP is, what is he? He's 2 for 9, 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. Whew. He's having a rough go. And it's a plus 12, which is interesting. But, I mean, fuck, you've been leading the whole game, most of the game, so it makes sense. Yeah. So, the Pelicans got to start defending, got to start rebounding. Got to get going, man. Chad Saberego got too greedy with that previous unit. Yeah, I think again, right before Sadiq Bey made that bucket, it's a good time to call a timeout, get your subs in, kind of get a better rotation out here tonight. I think Eve Meese's played as well as you can ask him to play. Thought Derek was okay on both sides of the basketballs today. Carlo's been good, of course. Fears. I think everybody been pretty solid today, generally. Like, generally solid. It's just like, you can't keep doing dumb shit, letting them back into the game, like giving up those offensive buckets. Because tonight, the Pelicans have, how many turnovers? The Pelicans got 11 turnovers, and Dallas has 11 offensive rebounds. And if I would bet that Dallas has scored on damn near all of those offensive buckets. Like, I would probably bet money on that. That every time Dallas got that offensive rebound, they scored. So, and with the Pelicans turning the ball over, I would bet that every time the Pelicans turn the ball over, damn near, Dallas has scored. Especially if it's a live ball turnover. So let's see how this ends, man. Let's see how this ends. God damn. Let's see. So you need Zion to finish this game strong. Need Trey to kind of step up, hit a couple big shots. You ain't out the water yet. 12-point game with an eternity left to play. Should have put your foot on their necks and really discouraged them and got them out the game. But that last lineup kind of let go of the rope. That Jordan Poole unit wasn't too good. Of course, Jordan Poole hasn't played in a long time, but you gotta hit your shots. You gotta go at least 2 for 6 from beyond the arc. Once I saw that missed free throw, I was like, yeah, it's probably not his night. So you think Roy Ivy was a good head coach candidate, coach well in the Olympics? I haven't seen much of Roy Ivy. Now that you mentioned it, I have to check him out. I don't know too much about him, admittedly. I didn't watch much of the Olympics. Nice floater right there. Nice two-man game with Eve and Trey. I didn't watch too much of it. You say Flagg getting the best of Queen tonight? I think generally, I think great defense right there, Eve. Great fucking defense, Eve. Oh, Herb, what is you doing, Herb? Oh my God, Herb. 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 Bruh! That was great defense by Eve. Herb had the ball. Zion was wide the fuck open, cutting to the rim. Herb just missed him. He missed him. He missed him right there. Fuck! It's an opportunity to go up 16. If they score here, that's going to be really bad. And you gave up back. We gave up back-to-back offensive rebounds right here. Well, we gave up offensive rebound, not back-to-back. My bad. What's going to happen here? Najee with the bucket, so that's a 4-point swing. 4-point swing. Najee going for 45 tonight. And Herb still bringing the ball up the court. Oh, my God. All right. What is this? 2-man game. Oh, nice pass, Trey. Oh, nice and one. Great 2-man game right there between Zion and Trey. See, that's the thing. All fucking season, we've been begging. Yo, can we get Zion and Trey in the action? Can we get Zion and Trey in the action? Can we get Zion and Trey in the action? Because Trey is such a threat from behind the arc. See how Trey demanded that double team right there? He demanded the double team to the point that they left Zion wide the fuck open because they thought Marvin Bagley was going to rotate. And he rotated late and it ended up being an and one. But again, Trey being so deadly from behind the arc creates certain advantages. Zion, you got to make your free throw. I think that's the second missed free throw on the road that Zion missed. You got to make your free throws. What the fuck? We running a charity here? You got to make your free throws. My name Cheddar Chaz, not charity. We gotta make your free throws, man. Yeah, the pick and roll been good for multiple guys tonight. I thought Trey and Eve had a pretty good pick and roll as well. Zion going fast. Najee, yeah. You know what's so weird? What's so weird is, like, earlier, they gave, I think it was Najee that they actually gave free throws on a similar possession, like on a push out. And I'm like, why the fuck Why the fuck you ain't give him 2 shots right there? Say Zion 11 for 12 from the field. You know what's funny, Brock? The one miss, and it's funny that the miss he did miss was so like ridiculous. It stands out. The one miss he had, it was like a shot he'll make 9 times out of 10. Or 11 times out of 12. And he just like kind of went up lazy. He went up lazy and then the layup didn't land. And that's when I was like, you gotta attack more aggressively. Damn, we missed so many motherfucking free throws this game, dog. We missed so many free throws this game. Shout out to my dog Zeke joining the membership. Appreciate you, Zeke. Appreciate you, homie. We're gonna be dropping that ASAP. I might film that tonight, actually. So the Pelicans have missed 8 free throws tonight, y'all. Can't happen, bro. I don't give a fuck who you playing. You can't miss no 8 free throws. You got Poole missing a free throw. Trey missed a free throw. Fears missed 2 free throws. Zion missed about 2 free throws. That just can't happen, dog. You're not gonna win consistently doing that. I don't give a fuck who you playing. They missed 5. Wait, that's 5 missed on this quarter. Yeah, bro. Like, come on, bro. I don't give a fuck who you playing. That cannot happen. Can't happen, dog. Can't happen. Oh, Sadiq! That went down. Sadiq missed Zion on a motherfucking cut across the middle. That shot went down, though. Credit to Sadiq, but he missed Zion on a cut across the middle. Herb was trying to cheat. Go ahead and get that steal. It's all right, though. They ain't beat him. Ah! See? Now, that's the penalty. Look, shout out to Eve Measy because Cooper Flagg is good. But that's the penalty of Herb gambling for that steal because they was able to switch right there. But the Pelicans probably would have switched it anyway. So it ain't like it's really Herb's fault because they would have switched anyway. That's what they do. Zion seeing 2. What you going to do with the Zion? He kicks it to Sadiq. Sadiq, what you going to do with it? Halfway fucking down. White ball. White ball. White ball. Yeah, Flagg cold. Cooper Flagg is cold. I'm telling y'all, people was hating on Cooper Flagg, dog. People was hating on Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg cold. I don't think Cooper Flagg is like, not Luka. I don't think Cooper Flagg is like Derrick Rose or nobody. But Cooper Flagg is cold. Like you could see it in college. Like this dude cold. Come on, gotta get inbound the fucking ball here. Way to go, Herb. What? Stop. Just stop involving Herb in inbound situations. Whoa, what up with your 504? What's happening, homie? You ain't out here in this storm, huh? You know we got a storm across the Midwest and East Coast. You ain't out here in this storm, huh? Good defense by Carlo. That's a jump ball! We gotta stop involving Herb in the motherfucking inbound situations, dog. We gotta stop involving Herb in the inbound situations. We got to. We just got to. That was a jump ball, you ask me. Had his hand on the ball the whole motherfucking time. That's a jump ball. That's a jump ball. I would challenge that. That's a jump ball. That's a jump ball. Great defense by Carlo. That's a jump ball. Let me see. Najee on triple-double watch. Let me check out Najee numbers, man. Shout out to the knife. Shout out to the Marshalls, man. That's some good people over there. I fuck with the Marshalls. Najee 12 for 24, 32 points. Jump ball. Yeah, that's jump ball, definitely. Yeah, Cooper Flagg was supposed to be a Pelican, dog. I ain't gonna lie. They hold us on that. Well, they hold everybody, but they hold us on that. Cooper Flagg was supposed to be a Pelican, son. He really was supposed to be a Pelican. He was supposed to be a Pelican. Look, I feel bad for homie. I think he bet for Zion to go for what, 35? Zion got 27, but he missed 4 free throws. So he would be at 31 right now. You would only need 4 more points. I don't think he getting to 35. He could. I don't think he getting to 35 though. But yeah, Cooper Flagg's supposed to be a Pelican, dog. Like I ain't gonna lie. That's a narrative I was pushing. Like before motherfuckers was even like with the capture the flag shit. Cooper Flagg supposed to be a Pelican, dog. For real, for real. Motherfuckers was overthinking that shit. Like, man, you supposed to tank. I don't give a... Man, I was saying tank in like November. I was like, man, you supposed to tank. Fuck that. You gotta go get Cooper Flagg. But even if they would have tanked, they would have got fucked. Because Dallas ended up jumping because they traded Luka. They're now, thankfully, might be in Michigan at the end of the month. Now, I saw weather report from Michigan. They covered in snow right now. I'm like, what kind of shit is this? Louisiana say, oh yeah, they say that. P. Fowler say the wind from the storm hitting because my mother-in-law and other in-laws in Cleveland keep losing power. That's what I was scared of tonight. I was really scared I was gonna lose power tonight because how they were saying the storm was gonna be. Luckily, it hasn't been that bad. I don't want talk it up and then the motherfucker get bad. But so far it's been okay. It's been manageable. But I'm telling y'all, the worst thing in the world for me is losing power, because I need the house to be freezing cold. I can't be in no hot ass house. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. Cause ain't it like when the power go out, it's like God cut the wind off. He like, I ain't about to use up my shit. It's like God cut the wind off when the power go out. The wind stop blowing. It's ridiculous. Zeke say it's snowing over here in Tennessee. Snow flurries all morning, afternoon, nothing sticking. And we just had a fucking ice storm. Yeah, dog, this some crazy weather we experiencing, especially this year. Cause I think one day I done had my AC on, my heat on, and like all in the same week. It snowed probably like Wednesday. Like last Wednesday it snowed. Man. And then like the day before that I was out running. I got shorts on and shit. It was nice. It was like 70 degrees. Then it snowed the next day. This shit crazy. That shit that shit in January was terrible, man. That cause that's a different kind of snow. You could break a motherfucking window with that type of ice. I'm lucky it got warm out here and started melting. Yeah, it's gonna be 7 to 8 Friday. That's the crazy part. I think tomorrow it's supposed to warm up. Then it's gonna be in the 30s. Then it's supposed to warm back up to the 60s. Bree said they sent us home early. We had a tornado watch in the 757. Yeah, we was on tornado watch here too. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, should I put my car in the garage? But I was like, if we get a tornado, what that's gonna do? Like, I was worried about like projectile flying, hitting my shit. But I was like, if we get a real tornado, the garage and the car is gone, nigga. So what's it matter? You know what I'm saying? Good defense, my dog, Carlo. Gotta set the screen a little harder right there for you, Carlo. Oh, Trey about to pull up on that motherfucker. Screen by Herb. Good pass by Trey. What you gonna do with his Zion? Oh, Zion missed the easy one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy a generator. My brother got a gas generator. I'll build a platform for that shit and put it outside and run the cords. That shit was crazy, boy. That motherfucking snowstorm in January and February wasn't no joke. I ain't never seen nothing like that. I had to pay a nigga with a bobcat to come clear my yard. I was like, I can't do nothing with this shovel. I'll break this shovel. Oh, well, thanks, shout out Louisiana Gal. Appreciate you, sis. Whoa, what up, Harford? What's happening with you? And you came right in time. The Pelicans might be about to seal a victory. I don't want to speak too soon, but they might be about to seal a victory. Say shout out to 757P Town. Shout out to 757 in the building. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I definitely see that generator is a must save. I mean, I'm sorry, a must have, because it'll really save what you got going on. It really will. Just keep your refrigerator closed, have the generator up, keep your phones charged. Make sure you got some gas in your car. You can go out to your car, charge your phone up. Nikhil dropped 41. Shout out to No. Damn. Nikhil just dropped 41 on them boys, man. Yeah, Orlando might do need a new coach. What up, 6 Wall Black? No, it'd be funny, y'all, if Orlando fire Mosley and hire Willie Green. Boy, that'd be hilarious. Carlo with a big three. Second half Carlo's what they call him. Second half Carlo, what they call him. Yeah, Carlo pissy from behind the arc. Carlo got a consistent jumper. I wish he would take. Damn, that was a bad flop by Herb. I wish he would take about 5-6 of them bitches the game. That was an unnecessary pass up ahead by Trey. That's an unnecessary pass up ahead by Trey. Box out. Good rebound right there. What the hell? All right, so we're in the bonus. All right, so that's the game. Pelicans won one, y'all. We got one, guys. One for the good guys. And those funny Louisiana gal, about, what was it, 3 games ago? We was like, why Carlo didn't play? I think it was versus the Lakers Carlo didn't play, right? I think it was versus the Lakers that Carlo didn't play. We're like, what the fuck is this about? So, let me see here. This was a crazy ass game, boy. Not crazy from the like with a bunch of like wild swings that happened. It was crazy just from the standpoint of like the Pelicans had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's it, 6? The Pelicans got 6 players in double digits, and Derek Queen got 9 points. So Derek Queen might get in double digits as well. Carlo shooting 57% from the corner. See, that's what I was looking for. And look, you know what's funny? The Frisbee dude with his old bitch ass, I was like, motherfucker had a Discord and shit at one time. But I had my people was telling me like some of the whole shit they was saying. That's when I was still with BKM. But then motherfucker, I was like, man, if Carlo can get that corner 3 down, man, Carlo gonna be all right. Carlo gonna be nice. And this motherfucker like, Chad say Carlo's gonna be good. Eat a dick now, motherfucker. Now what, you bitch, you? Pardon my language, I apologize. Brock says some nice evaluations about to happen. Yeah. Louisiana gal say that pick the Pels sent it to Atlanta is falling to 7. They within the game of passing the Grizzlies. And look, the Grizzlies won one fucking game. Who they beat the other night? The Grizzlies beat somebody the other night. I was like, God damn. It won one game that I was kind of hoping that they would lose, so the Pelicans could go ahead and pass them up. I'm just hoping that pick don't jump at all, dog. Like that would be like the worst thing possible. That would be the worst thing possible. Trey is tripping. Trey out here wilding out. Good foul by Derek to get I think they're trying to sub Trey and Herb and Bay out. So that was a good foul by Derek to get them guys subbed out. But yeah, Trey was tripping tonight. Trey was trying to get one more to launch. Bro, I had to unsubscribe from the other. Yeah, I appreciate your support over here, P. I appreciate your support over here, sis. I appreciate your support over here. I'm still good with everybody. But it feels good to do your own thing though. Oh, we got Hawkins minutes. Boy. This is when you see Jordan Hawkins and Micah Peavy right now, this is like victory formation. Carlo almost got a double-double, y'all. Carlo got 9 rebounds. Moneybag said the NBA owe Joe a favor. Well, if the NBA owe Joe a favor, Moneybag, I'm trying to think. What could be the scenario? If the NBA owed Joe a favor, then I guess it would have to be a team that's behind the Pelicans would leapfrog the Pelicans. Oh, Hawkins hit a 3! Oh, shit! Boy, it's a new day among us. What your boy say on Lean On Me? You have rewritten our alma mater. It's a new day among us, boy. Jordan Hawkins hit a 3. Yeah, Jordan, keep doing that against Dallas, because that's what we trading your ass to. Going straight to that. Carlo got a double-double, y'all! Carlo just got his 10th rebound for a double-double. Shout out to Carlo, man. Shout out to my son. Carlo, man. I believed. Damn, DQ. I think DQ got 9 points. DQ, I think he's one of the only guys right now that's not in double digits that's played significant minutes tonight. Bree, you say I told you, Chaz. Bree, is you saying... this is what I think you saying, Bree. Are you saying that when Jordan Poole play, they win? Because I think that's what you... Because if I was you, that's what I would be saying. I would be like, I told y'all, all you gotta do is play JP and you win the game. And that's what you're saying, Bree. T5 Great, what's happening, homie? Hawk, you gotta get it up the... See, I ain't mad at Hawkins right there, because he ain't been playing. So, go out there, get it out the mud. And the Grizzlies down, y'all. The Grizzlies are down by 26 right now to the Bulls in the fourth quarter. Yeah, Hawks say fuck that. It's my time to shine. Hopefully Derek can get a rebound and get fouled, and he can get his 10-point. Oh, you said no. I said Hawk. Oh, you said Hawk about to show why he need minutes. Okay, I got you. Yeah, look, Hawk 5 points. 5 points in less than 5 minutes. By that average, let me see. Shit, Hawk should average about 97 points a game at the pace he at. I would trade for him if I was Dallas. Now, Micah Peavy, Russell Westbrook just talked to you about that, and you're going to go do the shit again. Micah Peavy, Russell Westbrook just talked to you about this, and you're going to go do the shit again. And you missed it. To make it even worse. To make matters worse. Just hold the ball and run the clock out. What is this man doing? That nigga wild, son. That dude wild, bro. Look, I understand why he missed the dunk, though. He been sitting down for about a fucking month now. He probably shocked that his legs even work. I thought Poole had some quality passes tonight, all things considered. With that nigga, the PV said he trying to get on the board. Yeah, he like, motherfucker. And he missed both free throws! Oh my God! Boy, I hate it had to be you, Micah. I hate it had to be you in that situation, dog. I hate it had to be you, blood. I hate it had to be you right there. I hate it had to be you. Because you went out bad for no reason right there. You went out bad for no reason. You did not have to go out bad like that, boy. You went out bad for no reason. But yeah, motherfucker was talking about Mathurin. Like, yeah, a guy like that doesn't help you win. Meanwhile, and there's no disrespect to Jose. Jose averaging like fucking 8 points. And all that's based off a 20-point game he had earlier. Jose ain't doing shit for the Knicks. And you talking about Ben Mathurin. Ben Mathurin averaging 24 points right now, y'all, for the Clippers. Motherfucker averaging 24 points for the Clippers right now. Man. Boy, I be trying to watch what I say sometimes. Let me cool out. Let me cool out. But yeah, H. Bizzle, God don't like ugly, boy. He definitely reaped what he sowed just now. That was a streak of bad luck on it, Matt. The only thing that could have been worse is if he would have broke the rim when he shot the shot. Like he shot the free throw and broke the rim. You missed the dunk. You missed both free throws. You just went Look, the one he got fouled on don't count. But in your limited minutes, you 0 for 2 and 0 for 2 from the free throw line. What the fuck was that? You was better off just whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever. Shout out to all the guys tonight for the W, man. Whatever. Like, shout out to Michael Peavy. I hate it had to be you in that situation. But yo, y'all know what that means. Y'all know what that means. Boy, this man, this is a courageous ass commercial, boy. This motherfucker is black and greasy as a motherfucker. He looked like a crow. He looked like a crow with buku Murray's wave grease on or something. This is a shiny motherfucker, boy. But he did his thing. Motherfucker said shine bright like a diamond. That's a shiny ass nigga, boy. Shout out to Jarrell though. That's a cold ass cut. I ain't gonna lie, it's a cold ass song. But man, let's go to the box score, man. We gonna get these player grades. I'm gonna get y'all out of here, man. I appreciate everybody rocking with me. Start off their week, man. We start off the week right, man. We got a W. The Grizzlies lost, so let me see here. Let's go. Shout out to Jarrell. I don't mean to disrespect. Shout out to Jarrell, man. Shout out to Jarrell. I respect the hustle. Let's go to the box score here. Did Najee get the triple-double? Najee did not get the triple-double, man, but shout out to the knife. Sadiq Bey, 8 for 18, 1 for 6 from behind the arc, 6 for 6, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds. That's a lot of motherfucking sixes in a row. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 23 points. I'm going to give Sadiq Bey a B+. Zion Williamson, 11 for 13 from the field, 5 and 9 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 1 foul for 27 points. I'm going to give Zion an A. Eve Messi, 1 for 4 from the field, 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks, 4 points. I'm going to give Eve Messi an A. I'm going to give Eve Messi an A, y'all, because that fucking defense was exemplary tonight. Trey Murphy, 7 for 15 from the field, 2 for 9 from behind the arc, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls. I'm gonna give Trey a B-. Nah, I'm gonna give him a B, not a B-, a B. Herb Jones, 4 for 9 from the field, 1 for 3 from behind the arc, 1 free throw, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. I'm gonna give 2 blocks. I'm gonna give for 10 points. I'm gonna give Herb a C+. Jeremiah Fair, 7 for 14 from the field, 3 for 7 from behind the arc, 0 for 2 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists for 17 points. I'm gonna give the rookie a A minus. I'm gonna give him an A minus. P Fowler said, brother, will you be shipping the shirts? Looking to get a few. Oh yeah, I am, sis. The link is the storefront underneath. It's a print the order. So as soon as you order it, you can even DM me your order number and I'll update you on everything. But they'll send you the shipping number and everything. I'm gonna be dropping a few new designs earlier as well. Well, soon as well. I'm gonna be dropping some new designs as well. But yeah, I'm still shipping them, sis. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Yo, peace to everybody who got to run before we finish the grades out. But shout out to you, 504. Peace to you, brother. Yeah, 18 shots is a hell of a shot diet for Sadiq Bey. It's kind of been his shot diet lately. Really, I wouldn't be shocked if he was leading the team in attempts. Derek Queen. Oh, I'm sorry, Carlo. I almost skipped over Carlo, bro. Carlo. I'm gonna just say A before we even get to the stats. 5 of 7 from the field, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 fouls, 13 points. Carlo got an A. He was balling. Carlo got an A. Derek Queen, 2 for 4 from the field, 1 for 1 from the 3-point line, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers. I'm gonna give Derek Queen a B+. I thought Derek Queen played well. Jordan Poole, old JP. Jordan Poole, 2 for 9 from the field, 0 for 6 from beyond the arc, 0 for 1 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, 4 points. I'm going to give Jordan Poole a C-. I'm going to give him a C- because I thought he passed the ball well. Probably, if I wake up tomorrow, I'll probably lower that grade. But I'm going to give him a C- for now. Micah Peavy, F. Jordan Hawkins incomplete, but Micah Peavy, F. You could have got it incomplete, but how you ended that game, F. Just totally disrespectful. But that's been today's show. Much love to all y'all, man. Please make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe button, hit the bell notification, consider becoming a member because we going up on that soon. Hit the shop link below. Got some shirts, got some merchandise, man. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all support. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Be safe out there, especially if you're dealing with this storm. Much love.